Checkity check. OBS is wigging out again, but I think you guys may be able to hear me. Check, check, check. You can hear me. So OBS acts like it's not functioning, and OBS is what sends the signal everywhere. But it's clearly doing some of its job. So I'm waiting it out, because the last few weeks, if I just waited it out, it fixed itself. So let's see what happens. You can hear, can't see. That's what I figured. You got nothing showing up in the video? Nothing at all? You don't even see the starting soon, like frozen or anything? Is it frozen or moving, Randy? See? It's moving. So you can't see me, but you do see video. Yeah, I'm not quite sure why it's wigging so bad, because it's not even using all of the CPU. I'm only at 65%. It's not using all the RAM, only at 63%. Everything else is barely touched. Something is causing a problem. Let's see, Discord is running. Maybe that's it. Quit a couple of things and see if that makes a difference. Wouldn't that be funny if that did? Chrome is running. Let me try closing some tabs from Chrome. I don't think that'll make a difference, but worth a shot. I see some people have already found the free NFT. I was hoping to be able to explain that before, but no dice. Sometimes that's how it goes. Keel appeal, right? That's actually a really good idea, man. Thank you, Misty. That's very helpful information. That's how I like to see it. That's how I like to read it. Well, if it doesn't fix itself like in the next minute, I'll have to restart OBS, which is not ideal. We don't want to do that. I wish I knew what would just fix it. Nothing's using that many resources. It should have just kicked in like it does sometimes. I tried to scare it with the old Control-Alt-Delete. Sometimes that'll just make something work all of a sudden, but that didn't do it. Yo, Peking! Miss you too, Austin. Hopefully we're gonna see you at San Diego this year. Alright, gang, looks like I might have to restart OBS. Hopefully I'll just jump right back in within a minute or two, but we'll see what happens. Hang, hold please. Hold please. Oh, well, this might be working. I'm not a cell phone. Okay, it looks like it might be live in some places. Are we back? Looks like we might be live. Check, check, check. I think we might be back. trying to let cool air in the room, but also not have that light behind me. Are we here? Is anyone here? Let's see if it works. Oh, I see some things, but it's appearing in backwards order. That's my fault. Hey, what's up, Red Ranger? What's up, Peking? How's it going? Let me bring the music down. Weird problem. Gonna have to do some more research. I spent the weekend, a good chunk of, was it Saturday? Yeah, a couple hours fixing the gaming issue, which I did fix. Thank you, Punked. Resubscribe with Prime. 50 months. I saw an interesting thing from the streamer, Harris Heller. If you guys don't know Harris Heller, just an awesome guy. I got to meet him at TwitchCon last year. He said he's getting back into streaming more to make more money, but what he's going to focus on is not actually asking people to spend their money, but to all subscribe with Prime and use Amazon's money. And I thought that was pretty schmert to push that instead. I do need to add one thing real quick. I forgot to put up my Instagram post for today. Thank you, Misty. That's perfect. Perfect. Thank you. I was going to ask, but I forget. Squirrel. I found the squirrel pen again the other day. It is buried. I know exactly where it is. My desk is a mess. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Red Ranger Prime, 8 months. I appreciate you. Isn't that great that it costs you nothing? I'm looking at the image and it says, image does not exist. Well, that is not true. You are lying to me, Dropbox. I can see the image clear as day. There it goes. There it goes. Bear with me 1 second, folks. I appreciate your patience today. Ooh, Austin, I just saw a post from you. Let me post this real quick. What is all this crap? No, I don't want to share anywhere else. Just post it. Instagram is unreasonably complicated these days. Look at this. Look at Austin. You go to a crawfish boil? Go-kart. G-E-A-U-X-K-A-R-T. Go. I like that. That's really funny. Bruce posted the big monster display of Sully slippers / Crocs. I don't... Thank you all who posted and told me about the Crocs. You're all so sweet, but so naive to think I would ever want to get those things to go on these feet. No, thank you. Those things, Crocs are disgusting. You guys are all, that's very sweet of you to let me know. Let's see what Bruce Wang had to post. He's a sweet dude. Met him at San Diego Comic-Con last year too. On Twitter, I'm looking. Oh, here they are. Sully Crocs are at DCA. They look like your everyday normal slippers, which would be fine. I'd be all over them. But since they're Crocs brand, no thank you. If you want them, you go get them. You go get them. Awesome. Wait a minute. Those are Crocs. That's it. That's all I got. I don't want to be Mr. Downer. Not for me. Perfect stream shoes. No. I don't need those. I do not need those. Thank you though. Bowler Dan, what's happening? Who's worse, Crocs or Small Fart? Yes. No, you know, the truth of the matter is, I don't have anything against the Crocs brand. I'm sure they're lovely people there, and I don't think they're out to do any harm to the world, so I have no problem with the Crocs brand. I just think we should not have ever, as society, said these are cool. And we can blame one of my favorite movies for that. Idiocracy. They actually used Crocs in the film back when they were new because they were cheap. And they thought, let's make fun of where society is going by what kind of horrible footwear would we support as a society in, you know, when we all go completely dumb. That's the name of the titles, Idiocracy, idiots. And that's what they picked. And sure enough, they were right. Hey, what's up, Twitchy Tides TV? Yeah, No, not for me. Nothing against them. Small fart, however, is the devil. They are out to ruin the world, one cheap sale at a time. They are worse by a long shot. Tell that to everyone who goes to the store in raggedy pajamas. I mean, just supports it. Nessa, what's up? Nessa and I, we sync on a lot of things. We're in the same. They're hideous. They're horrible. They're a physical manifestation, manifestation. That was a horrible pun. Of where this country is going, where this world is going. Yo, Twitchy Tides, let's go! Thank you, Twitchy Tides. Twitchy Tides, I spend more time on your channel than anywhere else now because if you guys have not been over on Twitchy Tides TV, you need to bookmark that and go regularly. Just open it and start earning your H2O. Glovadden, thank you for the follow. Start earning your H2O so you can dig. In the last couple weeks, I have had phenomenal luck. I've dug several of the exclusive fish that you can only get through Twitchy Tide TV, enough to blend up. I have 2 of the Cheeto sharks now that I can blend up, but I'm not going to do it because we're currently getting a 10% bump. Unless that's ended, it could have since yesterday. And I've gotten 10 fish packs, 50 fish food, lots of individual food, lots of fun stuff just for going in every 15 minutes and typing ! Dig. You open the door for some harsh jokes, so I'm keeping my mouth shut. Fair enough, Allie. Fair enough. I'm sure I did. Thank you for the follow. Again, Glovadden, it was a little delayed on my end. I wanted to fix the lights back here. If I can remember, that's Govy. I need to see if they have an app for my computer. I bet they do, where I can just do this from my computer. I want to change the colors. That was for Valentine's Day back there. I originally purchased these lights. Randy C, 28 months, let's go! With Prime, smart man. Thank you, Randy C. There you go, for the Sully. There's for the Sully. But for today, more this, I think, is the mode. I originally purchased these Govy lights thinking, because I had seen some other people do it, I'll be able to interact, the stream will be able to interact with the lights, so you guys could like spend your coin, your tokens, whatever, and decide, do we have a certain color light, or do we do flashy lights, or whatever. And I spent the whole time, I had to reorganize the collection, I pulled the shelving out from the wall, bunch of stuff fell in the process, which irked me to no end, but anyway, pulled it all out from the wall, got behind there, cleaned the back, to make sure that all the exposed metal parts weren't dirty, put the lights, figured out how to string them up, pulled the backing off, carefully pressed it all over, got it in place, pushed it back up against the wall, and loaded the software and watched the tutorial videos, only to find out that this model light does not have Bluetooth, which is a requirement. It has Wi-Fi, but it needs Bluetooth in order to work with the PC and the stream. And that model doesn't have Bluetooth, and you can't upgrade, you can't change the hardware that starts at the beginning of the string to simply, like, say I'm gonna pay 20 bucks, just get the Bluetooth. You can't do that. I would have to rebuy and restring all the lights. So that project is, yeah. I tried really hard. I spent like 2-3 hours on that project because I was so excited about it. Just noticed the lights in my PC are off. Oh, I stopped that RGB software, which, by the way, will not come up if you type in RGB. So I got to figure out what it's called again. Chat RGB is what it should be called. Let's see. Let's go to all programs. All. Yeah, I think they came out looking real nice the way they're placed. And I could do some pretty cool stuff. Like, check this out. There are these scenes. Like, let's say we want, this one's called Universe. I can do this like pulsing, changing lights. So there's like a purple mixed in with the blues and the whites. My favorite is lightning. Check this out. It's an awful lot going on behind me. But then you can actually program out based on the layout of the lights, because I know how they're laid out. I can make custom lights, which I wanted to do because I wanted to do a thing like, if I'm talking about NFTs, I wanted a way to feature the NFT pops. Let me see if I can find this thing that I made. DIY. Here it is, watch. So if I was talking about the NFT pops, and I'd be like, hey guys, look at the NFT pops. They're highlighted in green. So I could actually say on the grid what lights needed to be green and what needed to be a different color. I could do that, which I thought was pretty cool. But again, it's not that I have to get out of app. Oh, not at all here, The Revenge. I've ran into some technical difficulties, and now I'm just trying to fix a couple things, which has become most of my streams lately. I gotta figure it out. I got this beautiful new computer, and it's functioning great. But for some reason, OBS, and it may have to do with the new ability for me to stream to multiple channels, is having some issues, and I haven't been able to figure it out. I'll keep looking into it. I'm gonna keep looking into it. Did you miss the TS talk? No, we're gonna get to Toy Story. Have you tried Lumia for Twitch? No, I have not. Would I need to purchase separate lighting? I would imagine so, which would not be ideal. Oh, good. Okay, the lighting turned on, but let's see if we can match. This one's called... Nope, can't do that one. You have to pay for Pro in order to get certain lighting colors. Where's free? Give me the free stuff. How about some green? Can I just pick a color? There's all these options, but I can't just pick a color? That seems weird. Home? Featured? Free? I just want to match the color, kids. I'm not looking for a lot here. Devices. RGB controls. Third-party services. Oh, I have to go through the here. Walk through our tutorial as we show you the different pieces of your computer. Forced color. Trying to go green. Single color mode. That's not working. Yeah, that's doing nothing. That's doing nothing at all. Something to play with for a different day. Let's go with load more. There's got to be something green based. Oh, this is called Rick and Morty. Let's do this one. The ram's green. You can see a reflection here of the lighting on the wall, so it almost looks like that green is in the case, but it's not. That works though. That's pretty cool. Yo, P King, 45 months. Let's go. Should work with what you have. They work with most LED APIs. See, but the problem being, and it might work. I'll have to look into it. You said Lumia. I'll write that on my post-it note. The problem being is like I don't have that Bluetooth controller in there, so I'm not quite sure what's possible and what's not. But hopefully it's something. I'll write on here. Lumia 4 RGB lights. Believe it or not, I do get to some of the things on my to-do list. Thank you for that. Pop Paragon, he's always in research mode, isn't he? That man's constantly learning. Here, The Revenge says, I refreshed, got sidetracked, and realized your voice wasn't playing over the speakers. How dare you? I'm just kidding. Is that the full-body deodorant? Oh, Lumia? That's funny. Lumia Stream. Okay. Oh, yeah, thank you, Pop Paragon. That'd be helpful. Appreciate you. Yo, Mortal Wombats, what's happening? Good evening. Good evening. Nostalgia Corp Justin says, is Jungle Bride doing okay? I heard his voice just yesterday or 2 days ago. I can't remember which. Kelly called him and had him on speakerphone to talk about this upcoming weekend because Macy has a performance, an aerial performance. She's going to go, if you guys haven't seen this aerial stuff, it's pretty amazing. She climbs up these silks and performs all this gymnastics essentially as what Brian calls sky dancing. And she's got a performance on Saturday, so we were trying to figure all that out. He's doing well. But I haven't had a chance to have a good conversation with him about what's going on in his life as far as streaming. But I know he is focusing right now on his new podcast that he's working on with his buddy Jay and our friend Kyle Powers. Viewers could change my thermostat if they know the right command. No way. Freeze you out. Freeze the tank. I tagged him on a post on X about the avatar skins dropping on Fortnite. Oh, really? I don't know that he does much Twitter. You're not living with him. I'm not a phone call guy, so I really only catch up with him if we see him or if Kelly calls him. I have friends all over the world, and do I call any of them? No. I call my mother every once in a while, and occasionally I'll talk to my brother. But I'm not good at that. I don't think, oh, let me pick up the phone and call people. I hate phones. I don't like phones. I would much rather text, email, whatever. So I do occasionally text people and be like, what's up? How you doing? What's up, Spawn? How's it going? All right, here's a request. We got a few people here now. For those of you who come over, maybe from that raid, I should have talked about this 5 minutes ago when you first came in. We do have a free NFT for today, as I do every Tuesday. And you guys, anybody know what this is? Anybody know what's going on here? Exactly, Misty. No, I'm not going to call you. You're the same I am Weasel? And if you call me, I might answer, but unlikely. I'm probably going to be like, why not a text? I don't want to talk about the little simple things in life, like what's it does look a bit like Borderlands. That's actually a good guess. Two of you. No, a little more timely than that. I have this weird anxiety about phones. Maybe it's because when we were little, like my parents had some financial troubles, and my mom was always like, "Don't answer the phone because it's somebody trying to get money." Maybe it stems from that. I don't know. But I don't like phones. I would much rather text and just get right to the point and see how things are going. Then if we need a phone call, we sure can. If it's too complicated a conversation, okay. But I don't like them. I told them you had got info about the Funko drop, but I'm sure they would love a free NFT. Well, there you go. There you go. Here's the free NFT. Anybody guess it yet? Do get a text or two during football season, says Chuck. There you go. See? Allie says, I hate phones too. For the most part, I get bad phone anxiety. I absolutely get it. Misty, you got part of this correct, but not the other part. It's okay. I didn't expect many people. I expected Chuck to get this. Yep, that is a clue. Maybe you guys haven't been watching, so we'll watch together here. There we go. Here the revenge is on it. On it. Check this out. Where's my sound? Sound is on. Why no hear sound? Did I mute? Did I mute something? I might have muted. Oh, you know what? I think I muted Twitter. Hold on. Yep, it's muted. That's why. Okay. Watch this. Yo, Tremeckle. We're going to talk about that next. And absolutely I do. Yes, 100%. Yeah, Baselorn, I don't answer any numbers where it's not from my caller ID, somebody I have in my context. I love the way they made it like a 90s music video. Free to get ready. This is the new season of Fortnite, which I believe begins this weekend. Yes, Mortal Kombat. Dr. Doom, what's happening? It does have a Beastie Boys vibe, you're right. Starts Friday, perfect. We're gaming Friday, and I'll probably be gaming Saturday night. Magic Mike. I love they have their own version of Pickle Rick in here. Oh, I hope so too, Uga. We got to get some gaming in. There it is. Lawless dill with it. I love the dill pickle reference. So in response to that, I made this free NFT because I've always wanted to do something Fortnite related, but it's honestly the standard Fortnite logo doesn't lend itself to what I want to do. But this not only allows for a fun logo, it also allows for some fun Hoot Cows plays. Because there were a lot of options that just appeared in that video that we might have to take advantage of. So it has been a while, hasn't it? So for you guys who are interested in getting that free NFT, it's one per person. Don't misread that in any other way. If you have multiple email addresses, multiple Wax accounts, multiple anything, that doesn't matter. You're one person. You get one free NFT. It's that simple. Don't think anything outside of that exact phrase. You're one person, you get one free NFT. If your wife wants an NFT, fine. Your girlfriend, your kid, whatever, they can sign up and get a free NFT as well. Each person gets one free NFT, and there may be blends later this week. The last 3 blends have gone very well. Oh, in fact, I was supposed to do the art for today to give away the latest free. I didn't do it. I'll have to do that this afternoon and tomorrow. But we've done bonus blends. So once everybody finishes the blends, once the blends are completely done for the week, there's been a bonus 1-of-1 NFT. I do owe the most recent one, and I completely blanked. For the, Star Spangled Owlvenger. But I'll get that done. And then on Friday, we can pick our 1-of-1 winner for that. No, I won't be running the wheel today because it requires me going in and pulling the, I have to get the whole list, and that has to be cleaned up and organized in order to bring into the wheel in order to spin the wheel. So I'll need to do that. If you've done a blend and you want to sell something, you can. It's not about current ownership of the NFTs. It's about who did the blends. So essentially that snapshot is forever laser etched. It's saved. DM on Twitter is the best way to get a hold of me. On Discord, I check those if I can find them, because that program makes 0 sense whatsoever. If I can find the DMs, I check them like once a month by accident. That's how that works. I do not understand how you folks love Discord. I think it's just absolute garbage. The way the program's laid out, the way information's delivered, the way you find stuff, it's garbage. Yeah, the wheel is based on who does the blends. It even says it in the description of stuff. It says for each person who does a blend, you get an entry. So every one of those is saved in Nifty blocks. But I have to export a list, import the list to Sheets, clean up the list, get the names, and then put those in the wheel. And it's not an hour-long process, but it takes some time, and it's not the kind of thing I like to do on stream. Geek Drifter with the sub, Prime making 29 months, and Boba James, I missed it, I'm sorry, 30 months. It is a positivity only zone, so I've got that out of the way, and it's positivity moving forward. What's up, Darth Wacko? I want Sully to do a panel at ECCCC named Audio is the Devil and OBS Star. Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great. I did not apply for anything for ECCCC this year. Emerald City Comic Con, for those of you who don't know, it's coming up in less than a month. And over the weekend, went to go get tickets, and they are expensive. They're out of my price range. So Kelly and I are just going to go one day. We're going to go on the Saturday, unless for some reason somebody has an extra ticket for like Thursday or Friday. I might go down there, but I'll be totally honest with you guys too. And this is not, I'm not trying to be negative to Dark Wacko's point. Emerald City Comic Con has gone downhill over the last few years with companies like Funko, who used to be a major pillar of it in their own backyard, their own home city, have not supported the convention. So they don't have a booth. Handmade by Robots, which was recently acquired by a new company. So maybe things will change. They do not do a con in their own city. Figpen, which was once a booming company that has unfortunately fallen apart. I don't know what's going on with them. I see the occasional thing. They're usually at San Diego Comic-Con. I think they're usually at New York Comic-Con. They don't do a booth in their own city. I do not understand these companies. They don't have to spend the same money on travel, hotels, labor, any of that. When I worked for Funko and we had Emerald City Comic Con, it was just part of your job. If you wanted to go to the convention, it was considered a special honor to be able to go. And you didn't get paid your hours for working the booth. You got paid in a badge and you could go on other days. So they could literally pay the booth setup fee and manufacture some pops and do that on, I would guess, they could be at Emerald City Comic Con for 1/10, if not 1/20th of the cost it would take for them to do San Diego Comic Con or New York Comic Con. It just seems silly to me to not have some presence as a company there. It's an opportunity for Funko. It's an opportunity for Loungefly. It's an opportunity for Mondo. It's an opportunity for Drop. You don't have to have a giant, huge booth for all those. You could have some smaller segmented booths, one booth segmented into pieces. I just don't understand it. Never did. But the problem is, if you don't have those big companies, the ticket sales aren't as good, right? They sold out of the 4-day pass. But how many 4-day passes did they make? They might have made 100. And then those sell out, and it's a good marketing effort to make it look like the con might sell out. Hurry and get your tickets. Well, we're a month out, and Saturday is not sold out. Not a good look. They do have, on the positive side, they do have amazing special guests this year. Matter of fact, let's look at that. To me, this was the reason to get a ticket for even one day. It is Reed Pop. Yep. It is Reed Pop indeed. And they have, from what I've read from other people, I've not done my own investigation. People don't like the way Reed Pop manages things. I know, MegaCon looked great. MegaCon looked great. It's one I've always wanted to go to. So yeah, here, to my point, 4-day tickets are sold out, $150. If you want to go for one day, we're paying this is like San Diego Comic-Con dollars. Maybe a little less, but think about what you get at San Diego Comic-Con versus this. Saturday is $76, Sunday is $76. 2 people with fees, if you did Saturday, Sunday, 2 people, $330. That is too much for what this con has to offer. No offense, again, but I think in order to charge these ticket prices, you need to up what you're providing as a con, as a service. Now, if we go to guests, it's way too much. For me, I always defend that. It's too much for me. I think you have to make your own decision. But look at the guests. John Boyega is going to be there. That's awesome. Adam Savage. Wait a minute. Alan Tudyk wasn't supposed to be there. He's now listed. I can finish my Firefly poster. Because he and Marina Baccarin will be there. It's a shame I'm broke. I got to find a way to do this. Who else is going to be there? I think I saw Seth Green. Anson Mount. I love Anson Mount. I think he's just a superb actor. I loved him in the newest Star Trek. I loved him in Hell on Wheels was his best show, hands down. Fantastic actor. Look, Arna Priscilla Wilson. We know her. Priscilla's listed right near Anson Mount. Right, Red Ranger? Maybe that's what I was thinking, living conundrum, but I was 99% positive that Alan Tudyk was not going to be there. So that's good. Breckin Meyer, I love Breckin Meyer. I think he's hysterical. Robot Chicken, Clueless, you guys know him. I'm skipping over these other folks, but if you see somebody that you're a big fan of, Bruce Campbell. If you can go to a Bruce Campbell panel, you go to a Bruce Campbell panel. He is a fantastic, I can't speak. He's a fantastic panelist because he puts on his game show with the audience. It's so much fun. Yeah, I can't speak to say it once, much less 3 times. Casper Van Dien, very old photo of him. He doesn't look like this anymore. I always think that's funny. Kelly does too. She's like, why do they use these such old photos? Starship Troopers, he's great. I like him. I've seen him speak in a panel before. Chris Sabat, you guys know Chris Sabat. Voices everything. Smart man too. I've talked about it here before. He's actually our friend Nat Delos is a friend of his, and they both live in the same city now, so they can actually hang out if they wanted. But Chris Sabat not only does a bunch of the voiceover work for Dragon Ball Z and other things coming out of Funimation down in Flower Mound, Texas, he also manages all the other voice artists, so he makes money off them doing their work. Fantastic. Bruce Campbell. I can't even say it once. Bruce Campbell panel. I can't do it. I'm broken. David Mack. He looks familiar. He must do the name Daredevil, Echo, Kabuki. He must be like a special, like a martial artist, is my guess. Denise Richards gonna be there. I heard just yesterday, Alan Ritchson was spoken at, it might have been MegaCon. Yeah, it was, because he went MegaCon and then he went to NASCAR. Alan Ritchson spoke, and they're going to bring back Blue Mountain State for another season. I love that show. It's so good. It's so funny. Ethan Peck, Star Trek, played Spock in the newest Star Trek series. Love him. Great actor. Gina Torres. Very rare to see a Gina Torres appearance. I was told years ago when I got her autograph, that was the first con she had done in quite a while. And she is something else. She dresses to the nines. Like, even at the con, she was wearing, like, she looked like she stepped off the Suits panel, the Suits show, after having, like, hair and makeup and wardrobe and everything. She looks amazing. Jay Lee, he looks familiar. Dark Tower, Inhumans, and Sentry. I don't know who that is, though. Jason Bear. Oh, Roswell. Holy, he doesn't look like that. Hold on. This is a perfect example. I know Jason Bear. Jason Bear looked like that 30 years ago. What does he look like now? Yeah. I'm not shaming him. I'm just find it interesting that these folks choose the photos that they choose to put up. Like, there's nothing wrong with the way Jason Bear looks now. He's an attractive guy. Why is this photo there? That's him 20, 30 years ago. Yeah, Saturday evening would be the best night. That's why we bought our Saturday tickets, because I assumed the best panels would be then. Wait, is Jay Lee is a comic book artist? Oh, okay. Oh, so those were comic books, not series. Gotcha. I think that's part of it, Punked, but I think it's still kind of funny. That for instance, that is a recent picture of Jewel State. I hosted a panel with her at Washington State SummerCon 2 years ago. She looks exactly like that. She's going to be there from Firefly. Amazing. She was a great panelist. I made an ass in myself in front of her, but she's a great panelist. That was on me, not her. Catherine Newton. She was in Supernatural. Actually, you know what? I don't have her autograph either. And I have a Supernatural poster signed by, I still need Castiel. I still need her. And I still need, this is going to be a tough one. I still need Crowley to finish out the entire cast. So I still got some work to do, but I'm so close on finish. I need one autograph for my Battlestar Galactica to be complete, 2 autographs for my Firefly to be complete, and I guess those 3 for Supernatural, and I'm complete. Karen Hallian? Who's Karen Hallian? Was she on here? There we go. She Changed the World. Lorcana Stitch, Team Underdog, Magic the Gathering, Doctor Who Universes, and Beyond. Well, I don't recognize her. Is she Artist Alley? So she's a comic book artist as well. Illustrator. Gotcha. Okay. She looks like an actress, sort of, but I couldn't place the. She looks a little like, from the eyes up, Pam from The Office, but not nose down. Her stuff is so good, I have to look her up. Looking to see other people I recognize. Oh, Lana Parrilla. She was in Lost, Once Upon a Time. She was great in Once Upon a Time. And I think she may have been in a season, or I'm confusing her with somebody else. She may be in a season of Prison Break. Oh, Mads Mikkelsen? Come on. Like, one of the best villains in movies, period. That dude's great. My friend in the UK used to do, what was the name of the podcast? Why am I blanking? I cannot believe I forgot the name of the podcast. But anyway, he does his own now, called Mark and Me, and he got to interview Mads Mikkelsen for his podcast. Amazing. Who else? Oh, Michael Ironside. Man, in the 80s, he was a great villain in everything. He was in Starship Troopers, Total Recall, Scanners. There must be a Starship Troopers panel, because we have Denise Richards, Casper Van Dien, and Michael Ironside already. That I'd like to go to. I may need to rewatch Starship Troopers. And then the man, Kelly joked yesterday she's going to go up to in the Nathan Fillion in the Firefly panel, because we're going somehow, some way. We're going to go, even though it's on Sunday and I don't have tickets for Sunday, but we'll figure it out. Nathan Fillion's going to be there, and Kelly goes, I'm going to go up to the panel and go, did you know you're my husband's boyfriend? I thought that'd be pretty funny. Nick Weschler, also Roswell. Oh, maybe there's a Roswell panel. And he's in The Boys. Rebecca Mader, she was in Once Upon a Time and Lost as well. So he had 2 people that were in Once Upon a Time and Lost. That's interesting. Another Once Upon a Time alum, Sean McGuire. I vaguely remember him. Sean Mayer, Firefly, because we're definitely having the Firefly panel. There he is, Seth Green. So we might have a robot chicken panel. We might have a robot chicken panel. There's a Summer Glau. So we're just missing Morena Baccarin now. And then I guess somebody said you think she canceled. We'll get to the bottom of the list. I think they have a section for canceled. I like the way they work in the TV and movie celebrities in with the artists and stuff. It gives like a chance for people to see Priscilla that they normally wouldn't see the list, right? Steve Lieber, somebody said. I'm looking forward to the Toy Story drop. What's up? Hey, OP Influence, we're going to talk about that in a minute. Sorry, I got sidetracked with the Emerald City Comic Con. And then we got canceled. And dang it, Morena is on the list. So I still need... Oh, and Babs Tarr. I have a hat that says Sully Garage on there because she wrote her Batgirl series and then another one. I can't remember what the other one was called, but in the other one, there's a place called Sully Garage. Yeah, Marina Baccarin's not going to be there, so I'll still be missing. If I can afford to do the Alan Tudyk autograph, which I would like to, I should look at pricing. If I can afford that, I'll just be one autograph shy. I wish I could have got both in one shot. The funny thing is, I have Marina Baccarin's autograph. I have Alan Tudyk's autograph multiple times, but I got them pre-2016, pre-2015 when I got that awesome poster that I now have all but those two autographs. Kreese Lee is not going either. Yeah, that's correct. This is under the canceled section, so that jives. That makes sense. Let's look at where can you look at autograph? Is that reservations? That's got to be hotels, right? I haven't done an autograph at Emerald City Comic Con except one time when I won an autograph for the Image 25 years with Todd McFarlane and a bunch of the other guests. I still need one autograph for that to finish. Crazy. Where anybody might have to click their face. Oh, good thinking. Yeah. Let's look at Alan Tudyk. Do you schedule? Well, that's one that gets us. Photo op, Firefly, photo op. Nothing about, there's a Firefly group photo op. Why am I broke? True story. Years ago, they had all of these folks, plus Marina Baccarin, plus Shepard Book. I always forget the actor's name, sadly. He passed 4 or 5 years ago. They had all of them for the only time ever they were going to all be together. They never were post Firefly at a convention. Not one time were they all together. And they were going to be at this Dallas Fan Expo together. They did an autograph, all of them, $900. And I was doing well at the time. I bought the photo op. I'm like, I'm in. This is going to be the most expensive thing I'm ever doing at a con, but I wouldn't miss this. They also have like a roundtable discussion with Nathan Fillion that also got canceled for some reason. I spent a ton of money for this con. And then both Marina and Alan Tudyk canceled. And they gave us the option for a refund. And I said, I'm going to get the refund because I'd rather one day get the photo with the whole cast. Now that I'll never be able to because Shepard Book has passed. But table flip. Yeah, no, I wasn't mad. It just was unfortunate. So that's on Saturday. I could do that. But how much is it? Does it say? Team Firefly. Like, why is that not on here? Why is there not a price and a way to pre-order? Let's try this because I normally don't like the searching through sites. Emerald City Comic Con autographs. Let's try that. Photo ops and select autographs. Here we go. Which I would love to see the path by which you get to here. But there we go. 5 photo ops and autographs. Okay. Alan Tudyk, show details. Don't be sold out. Photo op with just him. $108 includes $8 in fees. And then for an extra $13.50, they'll send you a JPEG. Ridiculous. The group photo is $604, which actually, if you count missing a couple of people and inflation, the price hasn't gone up much. Limited edition group poster glow variant. Limited to 50. I need more info. At the table, oh wait, that's the photo op, not the autograph. Is 108. At the table, $86.40 for the autograph. That's about right. $80 for a A and B list celebrity usually is about $80. Sometimes you'll get, the most I've seen is $300. That was for Sylvester Stallone or Arnold Schwarzenegger, but I'm sure there's been higher one. If you get the, this other poster, $550. But there's nothing in here. No, it's there. That was what we were looking for the group. What does this poster look like? More info. Includes an 18 by 24 screen printed and hand numbered glow variant. This purchase includes autographed tickets for Nathan Fillion, Alan Tudyk, Sean Mayer, Summer Glau, Gina Torres, and Jewel State. But you can't see the poster? You can't see the poster. Why the hell would I buy it if I can't see the poster? This has got to be somewhere. Let's try. That's what I'm thinking, Walking Miracle. Let's try their Instagram. The funny thing is I interact with all their stuff, and yet not seeing it. These companies amaze me with their marketing. Cast of Firefly, does this have multiple photos? Why did I ever think Alan Tudyk was not going to be there? It's right there in that post, too. I swear they added him after the fact. I don't see anything about the poster. There's Starship Troopers. So weird. Why is that not advertised here? Maybe, Boba. But you could put like a watermark or... Oh, there's the... Oh, okay, they're having all four. Oh, they're missing Catherine Hahn or whatever. No, not Catherine Hahn. What's her name? Heigl. Catherine Heigl's not going to be there. Oh, but dang. Man, I loved Roswell. It was such a great show. I'm going to go to that panel. In fact, I need to look at all the panels and figure out my new autograph partner, Signet Collectibles. Oh, a new partner means new problems. No offense, I'm not trying to be negative Nancy, but I mean, prepare for problems when you have a new partner at a con. That's true, Bubba. You're absolutely right. But at least can you give me some idea? Like, who's the artist? Something. So I can prepare. Like, why would I want to just blindly purchase this poster if I hate the art? At least have a link to, I don't know, some sort of detail about it. I don't know. Weird. Yeah, walking around. I'm not trying to be negative Nancy, but more of a realist in these situations. Do you have to register for certain panels this year? Oh, that's right. I need to get the app again. Thank you for letting me know. If that Firefly panel is already done, I'm going to be quite upset. Thank you for reminding me about that. I forgot about that. Got to activate your badge, which I don't have because I'm going to pick it up there. Okay. Do I have a profile already? You have to activate badge. Is there a way for me to activate badge before I pick it up? I'm picking it up on site. Tickets. I should have purchased tickets through the app, and then maybe that would have been better. I don't know. There you go. 20 years of Firefly. Clicking the plus symbol. Set all your schedule reminders. Yeah, for sure. Sure, yeah. So I've clicked it, but it doesn't say anything about logging in or... I guess I got to research. You can only activate the badge once you have it in hand. There is a serial number code on the back. Right, Boba James. Yeah, that's a good point. But I still think you have to advertise stuff. You're talking about 200 posters that cost somewhere in the neighborhood. Each one's $560 on average. That's what, $10,000? That's over $10,000. I think you got to market that. That's just me. You got good reasoning. Very interesting. But I'm excited Alan Tudyk's going to be there because I've seen some panels with him and Fillion, and they are always fun when the two of them are there together. So I got to make sure that I'm ready to be at that panel somehow, some way. Okay. Thank you guys for humoring me. Getting to my point, Emerald City Comic Con has great guests. The lineup of panels and stuff is going to be a lot of fun. Autographs and photos is going to be fun. But the booth experience, if you're looking for big companies or even local companies that have great collectibles and exclusives, is there exclusives portal? Let's look at that. They're not there. They have moved away from that. I guess maybe they couldn't convince Funko and companies to do it, or they were charging too much for booths. On the flip side, they have one of the best artist alley in the country, if not, I think the best artist alley in the country. Yeah, we need to do something on Saturday night. Kelly and I have already talked about it a little bit. We got to find a location for us all to meet up. So she and I will talk about that over the next couple of days. But if you guys, Allie, anybody else who's here in town, we'll get Priscilla into the conversation. Maybe we can get Butts on Things in on the conversation, Brian Cook, and figure out where we can meet up on Saturday after the con, because that's the perfect opportunity. I think AX has the largest artist alley I've ever seen. AX? I always think of something Austin for that, but that's not right. What is AX? At least you know of it. Days of early Star Wars celebration where there very little advance info on what would be at the con exclusive wise. Interesting. They were great exclusives. Again, because they were right there. Anima Expo. Yeah, next time write that out. Here we go. Exhibitor exclusives. This is, okay, now we're seeing a lot of the booth stuff. No, never mind. T-24. That's not the stuff at the Emerald City Comic Con official booth. I know Brian Cook, Butts on Things. He has his own exclusives with the con. Like he's a collab with them that look cool. I was looking to see if there was any kind of announcement of any other. That's it. These are the only exclusives for the whole con according to this. Yeah, that's it. So T-24 has some exclusives. Batman print. Look, the Firefly one's not in here either, is it? This would have been a good place to put it. Embroidered patches. Crafted from scratch. Lady Death from Brian Pulido. There's another Lady Death, another Lady Death. There's some Lorcana signatures and art. That's pretty cool. I know one of the artists for Lorcana, and it wasn't this Julie Vu, it was a dude, was there last year, and I talked to him for a while, and I asked him about Sully coming to the game, and he goes, I can't talk about it, but wink, wink. Yo, TB420, thank you for the sub, and Geek Drifter, thank you. There it is. 45 months for TB420, 29 months for Geek Drifter. Appreciate y'all. Look at this. Stop by my table and get a free digital brush pack and model photo reference pack. $30 worth of product for free. It's just a green box. But I am interested if the brush pack, digital brush pack, is that like for Procreate possibly? X-Men cards holographic production style print. TMNT Homefront. This looks pretty cool. Oh, that's fun. It's like the side scroller games. Like the one we played with Clinton and them. Like, we are spoiled rotten with any advanced con info we get nowadays. It is just... It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Like, I hate to say it because I'm not a fan of theirs anymore after a bad interaction, but the San Diego Comic-Con unofficial podcast, they are the best source of information. They always promote Priscilla, so God bless them for that. But they do a fantastic job of sharing everything that's coming to San Diego Comic-Con with the offsites and the exclusives, and they do interviews, and they go through the schedule. That's how you do it. If Emerald City Comic-Con wanted to step up their game, and I'm not talking bad about the people that are there currently. I'm sure, as with most companies, they're understaffed and underpaid. But they could do their own podcast, their own interview series. They could do a better job of the marketing on letting people know what's coming. Like, one post about Firefly on Instagram is not enough. You got to post multiple times about it. One post, they assume people are following and will see everything. And that's a bad assumption. It's a bad assumption. Speaking of TMNT, Kevin Eastman will be here this weekend at a small local con. Nice, Chuck. He's going to be one of the featured guests at Washington State SummerCon this year. I have never met the man, but I think I would like to take... I have a Freddy as Raphael. I'd like to take and have him sign it this year at Washington State SummerCon. And maybe, cross fingers, be awesome to maybe host a panel with him. But I don't know enough Turtle stuff, so it's kind of a waste. I'm not a giant Turtles fan. I'd have to leave that panel for a Turtles fan and then take it if no one else was interested. They have some other good guests for that one too, but I digress. I digest. I'm hungry. I digress. Let's talk about Toy Story. So here's a request I have for anybody who's watching. if you think that the information I provide is valuable. I already appreciate your likes and retweets and stuff normally, but here's an opportunity right now to go out there, and I'll give away a prize on this one. We haven't done this in a while. If you guys can go to my Twitter live, I'll drop the link, quote tweet it out and say Sully's about to give all the lowdown on the Toy Story NFTs, something along that line. If you guys could do that, I'll put the link here to that tweet. After we get going through all that stuff, I'll come back and I'll pick a winner, and I will give away a few Nerds Unite NFTs to somebody who quote tweets this. A retweet's good, but in this case, I think a quote tweet would be better. Why does it say no signal? This whole time I've been doing it again. No signal. Good Lord, man. Why would you choose a different window when I need... Holy moly, that's frustrating. It's been like that on Twitter, too. Oh, my God. So ridiculous. I was dealing with all the other problems, so I missed it. That's what I get. Where is this? Unreal, man. It keeps picking a different screen. Good Lord. Okay, there we go. Yo, what's up, Tanner? I digest the information and regurgitate falsehoods. Yo, Priscilla, what's up? We were just talking about you, Priscilla. We went to the Emerald City Comic-Con site to look at celebrities that will be their guests, and you appear right next to, who was it? Right below, I've forgotten now. Your exclusives are not in the exclusives portal. What is that all about? Why? I just realized that. Why are Priscilla's exclusives not listed here? But you were, who was it? Y'all remember who she was next to? Emerald City Comic-Con guests. Yo, Shepard, what's happening? Let's scroll down. You weren't very far down the page. Anson Mount. You're right there. Priscilla, you're right under Anson Mount. Congratulations on having Anson Mount. I'm not going to finish the statement. Oh yes, I need to add the exclusive soon. I'm waiting until I announce my pins tomorrow, and then I'm up. Okay, so you just got to give them the information. So good, we may see that page. I forgot, we're still 3 weeks out, so we might see that page get updated with some more stuff. Yeah, congratulations for you and Anson. Anson's one of my favorite actors, and honestly, if I could have any hairline in this world, I would take Anson Mount's hair. His has the best hair. When he was in Hell on Wheels and he had the big mane and the beard, I told you, I got to show a picture. We can't just talk about this. Anson Mount, Hell on Wheels. I talked about this back on the Nerd Foo podcast. I'm sure there are episodes. This man had the best hair I have ever seen in my life, period. Look at this. What a beautiful man. That is amazing. Look at that. I want that hair. That's amazing. I mean, I could rock the beard. I got that going, but look at that mane. Look at that. I'm sure more artists and vendors will add theirs later, but I guess exhibitors have to pay $650 to upload to the exclusive site. So some may... $650 if you're an exhibitor just to show your exclusive. Wow, they are milking it, aren't they? Chuck, that's not true. I've seen plenty of hair I would not want. But in case in point, bottom right, what's his face from Severance? Yeah, he has great hair. I'd take his hair. Yeah, that's crazy, Priscilla. We were just talking about, and I don't want to dog the con. I'm going and I'm excited, but we can only afford to go one day because the tickets are expensive. So I'm going Saturday, and that's it. So I have to figure out how to get Sunday tickets because that's when the Firefly panel is. But it's early in the morning, and I bet I can find somebody who's going to be like, I'm not going to use my tickets tomorrow if you'd like to. Yeah, Ben from Parks and Rec, exactly. But I'm not going to go the other days because it's too expensive. And there's no Funko, there's no Handmade by Robots, there's no Fig Pen. Those big companies aren't there. Now there's a great Artist Alley, but I can get through Artist Alley in one day, right? So I'm only going to go one day. I just feel like the offering for what they're charging for tickets, it's $67 plus fee for a Saturday and for a Sunday ticket. Those $67 each day. So if two people with fees, if you want to go for 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, $330. And look, great con, home con, love it, excited about it, not willing to spend that kind of money. Don't have it, can't spend it. Luckily, I just sold a rather expensive pop, so I covered my 1 day of tickets. But I'd say a medium pop, not a rather expensive one. But anyway, I digress again. I digest. Well, hey, Vulnerability Agents is back. Let's go. Thank you for revisiting. Thank you, Vulnerability Agent. So here what I was asking, and I once again got soundtracked. I'm all over the place. If you guys could please go and retweet this. And once again, it's showing the wrong thing on TikTok. It keeps changing windows when I change. That doesn't make any sense. Unreal. Okay. If you guys could retweet or quote tweet this for me. I'm sorry, quote tweet this for me and say Sully's about to get the lowdown on Toy Story NFTs. Or if you want to learn about Funko NFTs, Sully's streaming live and talking about it right now, or something to that effect. If you'll go quote tweet that for me and put whatever you want, please keep it positive. We will pick a winner of someone who quote tweeted later on in the stream. I will give away one. You know what I'll do? You know what I'll do? Haven't done this before. I'll give away the mint number 1 of the free NFT that we've got down in that bottom left-hand corner, based on the Fortnite Lawless, inspired by Fortnite Lawless. So if you guys will look how far behind we are here. Gonna get caught up? There we go. If you guys would quote tweet that, please, I will give away the mint number 1. Oh, gonna get caught up? There we go. Let me make a note so I don't forget. That's neat. Like, you like the idea I'm giving away the mint number 1? Mint number 1 logo giveaway. Okay. I gotta get something made for Emerald City Comic Con too. Yeah, there we go. Let's do this. I'm gonna repost that myself. Love Toy Story? Come on over and learn how to collect. That will be very rare Funko Pops. I love it. Thank you, Ashley Roy. Let's repost that. Ah, that's great. Funko Pop portraits. There we go. Thank you, Chuck. I'm gonna repost all these. Well, not all, but some, because that's gonna be overwhelming to my people following me. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Justin. Appreciate you guys. That hopefully brings some people over, because I know what's going on here is that there's tons of people who are making those comments on Instagram and Twitter and whatnot, and they're like, "Oh, I'm in. You've convinced me. I want to get in on the Toy Story Pops. I don't understand anything about this. Can someone help?" All right, sounds good, Chuck. Safe driving, my friend. They may not word it like that. There's a lot of snarky sarcasm, which I'm victim or guilty of as well from time to time, at least once or twice per stream. Crocs. This is a huge drop, and I want anyone who's even slightly willing to come learn to get over here and learn, because, and again, this is not a dig at them. I think it's a bandwidth and financial and probably an actual understanding limitation by the current social team at Funko. They do have some people again, which I'm excited about for them, and for what that can do for the brand. But they got a lot of ground to make up after the last few years. Don't be a snarky sharky. I love that, Pop Bear. That should be a warning I have up on my screen at all times. But anyway, there's not anybody doing education on the Funko NFTs, and it's a shame. I think there's a great opportunity for me, but I wish I could convince them to share that and tell people Sully's doing a training. Maybe the fact that you guys just posted or something, maybe they'll do something, but I don't think they have a full-time social person like interacting live, so doubtful. Anyway, let's learn about this. If you're new to my stream, if you just come by because you saw that tweet or a post or whatever, I don't know your level of knowledge about the Toy Story, or specifically, I don't know about your knowledge of the Funko NFTs and what they have going. So for everybody on TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, wherever you're at, I can see comments. If you have a question about the NFTs, how you get the physical pops, why something means something, how do I buy it, whatever your question is, ask it. It doesn't matter if you think it's been asked 1,000 times, because it may be a question you don't know the answer to. It may be a question that has been answered 100 times, but you weren't here, and that's understandable. Don't feel like you're going to ask a question, I'm going to go, well, that's stupid, I'm not going to do that. Well, depending on your question. I'm kidding. No, we're not going to do that. And everybody here is willing to help. So if I miss a question, somebody else might be able to answer it for you in the chat. This is a safe space. This is a positive space for the most part. We did talk about Crocs earlier, and those are some But anyway, we're going to talk Toy Story. So if you're new to all this, and maybe this is something too that if you guys are watching and you want to share out from your Twitter, your Instagram, you want to answer other questions, the first and foremost thing that you need to do if you're interested in getting these is get yourself a drop account. Do it now. Don't wait a week from now. Don't wait even 4 or 5 days, because you are going to want to get not only a drop account ready to go, you're probably going to want to get some USDC, the coin that you need to be able to purchase stuff on the secondary market. Depending on if you've ever set up an account to purchase any cryptocurrency before, where you're at in the world, who you are, etc., etc., etc. It can take time. I'm not talking hours. I'm talking several days. Oh, Priscilla. We lost Priscilla. I'll pray over you. Can you rank Crocs, Discord, Walmart? I kind of did earlier. Discord is less evil than those other two, but probably less functional than the other two as well. Yo, Misty, I just updated my wallet on Drop. Nothing has changed but the address to send USDC. Thank you. That's it, Punk. It's that simple. People are freaking out over this change. It's so simple. What you want to make sure you do is if you're using Coinbase or one of those other sites to get your USDC and then you've transferred it before in the past to your wallet on Drop, you just need to make sure you delete all those old wallets you ever sent anything to, because I don't know if it saves in Coinbase or crypto.com or wherever you've bought it. Shut it down. Delete those addresses and make sure you're using the new address, your crypto wallet address that's provided to you on the Drop website. And we'll look at that as well. Let's go through the Drop itself and we'll kind of walk through a few things. But I'm depending on you, the audience, to ask questions you may have about these NFTs if you want to know more and you want to get in on this drop, okay? You got to ask the questions. There you go, Punked. You got to ask the questions. I'm not going to tell you you're stupid for your question. We'll walk through it. I'll show you. Nobody else is offering to do this that I know of. I think occasionally some of the other streamers get into this, but this is something we do fairly regularly here. Okay, Toy Story drops on February 25th. This marks the first Pixar drop. We have had Star Wars. We have had Mickey, but we've not had Pixar. I'm hopeful this leads to other Pixar drops in the future, but I'm super excited about this one. This is a 10 out of 10 drop. It doesn't get any better than this. This is the most perfect drop I think they've ever done. That says a lot, right? We've done so many of them. It's like 60, 70 drops at this point. I forget how many we've done in total. Let's go to, you can click on notify me and you can have them send you an email. I have no idea what that looks like because from day one, I've been in on this. Set your reminder on your phone, your iPad, your computer, whatever you use, your Alexa, do any of those. Set the reminder to remind you on Tuesday, February 25th at like 10 a.m. to be ready for this. Nadu says for Toy Story, you only need a drop wallet and not a wax wallet, and you need USDC and not WaxP. To Nadu's point, the reason that is the thing, he's right. This is what's considered a drop exclusive, and that is labeled up here. The other day, and I'm not making fun, Darth Wacko said, I can assume that this drop is a drop exclusive. Talking about another drop, I was like, you never have to assume anything. If you ever want to know about a drop, come to the drop page. That's drop with 3 P's, dropp.io, or go to digital.funko.com. They both land you in the same spot, right? I mean, that's very possible, Boba James, but given what we've gotten so far, I think this is the 10 out of 10 we've been waiting for. And the thing I've been saying, the thing that'll move the needle. It's a drop exclusive. That means you can, just like always, don't get scared about this drop exclusive thing. That wakes some people out. Just like always, you can purchase packs with a credit card, debit card, I believe, Google Pay, maybe Apple Pay. I thought some people said maybe they don't do that anymore. Let's scroll down and make sure. Actually, we'll go to the learn more and see about the payment. I'm gonna there's credit card, Google Pay, Apple Pay. So it's still the same thing. Maybe not debit card. Maybe that's the change. But it depends on your debit card. It might function like a credit card. So you're probably good with any of those things. If you want to, click on the notify me, put in your email address so that they will send you an email or whatever when the time comes. Again, I don't know what that looks like. Set the reminder, take that out of the equation. You're good to go. Go to learn more. Here we get a rundown of the drop. And we'll be able to look at the physical redemptions. There are basically two big parts to all this. You open the packs, you get digital NFTs. Those are collectibles unto themselves, and the values are starting to go up on some of those digital ones. So good things are happening, exactly like we predicted for years. And the other part, wait, what is this? Oh, cool. Sidetrack. I don't want to do that right now. So we got the digital side and the physical side. Two sides. The physical side are actual physical pops that they will deliver to you in the mail. That is not the only part of this. There's two parts. Don't forget about the other part. It is equally as important. So when you buy your packs, you'll open them up and you'll get NFTs that look like this is just a small sample of I'm guessing there'll be 75 to 85-ish NFTs in total from this drop. We don't know for sure yet. We'll find out in the next few days, probably around Friday or Saturday. More info will be out there. And then got the packs, right? You buy the packs. You can buy two kinds of packs for this one. In the past, there have been three on some, but this is a lot complicated. It's just two kinds of packs. A standard pack or a premium pack. Standard pack comes with 5 NFTs for $9.99. So basically about $2 per NFT. There's only 19,500. Funko in the past has gone big on some of these big licenses. As many as I think we got 50,000 packs of some stuff back in the day. Some of the DC early ones, right? This is good. This is a good pack number. It's a limited quantity, which is great for secondary and tertiary market values of your NFTs and your physical pops. Some people will say this is too many. I disagree. Some will say it's too few. I disagree with that as well. I think they could have gone even a little lower to increase value, but they got to make their money, right? They got to pay the bills in order to keep doing this. So good job. Again, 10 out of 10 to Funko and Drop. The premium packs, in my opinion, are the better value if you're willing to spend the money, and I think it's worth it if you're going to go in on these things. $29.99 gets you 17 NFTs. Think about that as if I bought 3 standard packs, that'd be 15 items for almost the exact same price. So with this, you basically get 2 free NFTs added to what you would have gotten if you bought 3 standard packs. Both will contain the exact same odds of pulling commons, uncommons, rares, epics, legendaries, grails, etc. Exact same chances. So buying a premium doesn't guarantee you a better shot at pulling a physical collectible. Nadu, you heard wrong. So that's what you need to know going in. On the day of the sales, on this one, I anticipate maybe not as easy to get into purchase as it has been in the past, but I think everyone who wants to and is there will most likely be able to get packs at what I call retail prices. You will most likely, I'd say there's a 99% chance you'll be limited to a $60 per purchase. In other words, you get in the queue, they let you in, you could buy 2 premium packs or 6 standard packs or some combination of those. So it's not about how many packs can you buy, it's about how much money can you spend, and it's a $60 limit. Sometimes they'll change the limit to $120, but I don't think they'll do that on this one. But once you go through that first purchase, you can then re-queue, or you can have multiple windows open, and you might get into queues at different times, and you can make another $60 purchase, another $60 purchase, etc., etc. You are limited on each credit card, I think, 2 uses. So if you have like a debit card and a credit card, you could probably get 4 total purchases. If you have another credit card, you can get an additional 2. But I think it starts to shut down each card after that. Can we scope the collection yet to find out how many epics we need? Not on... We can double check and make sure. But if you ever want to do that, all we have to do is go over to Atomic Hub, which has not been updating the wallets lately, but they usually get this stuff right. We could type in Toy Story and see if it's there. And I don't see anything appearing here yet. Just to make sure, we could say see all results, and we could do a control find and type in Funko. Nothing's coming up. So it's not there yet. I anticipate it'll be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, somewhere in there. Maybe as late as Monday, but probably doubtful. Some people will tell you to go over and look at there's like a testing area. No, I don't like doing that. It's not final. I just wait. I'm patient, unlike so many people. 3 uses per card. I stand corrected. I apologize. Randy C says he thinks it's 3 uses per card. That's good to know. Okay. So there's what you need to know about packs. Same opportunity of getting stuff depending on which, no matter which pack you buy, but I think the premium is your best offer. Now you're going to get all those digital pops with the chance to get the physical pops delivered to you in the mail. What does that look like? If you open a pack and you're lucky enough to pull a legendary, which we'll look at in a second, or a grail, or an Ultra. There's 3 different types. All of those net you a physical pop in the mail if you follow the instructions, which means hold that NFT till the snapshot. They'll give you a coin. You turn that in. That's it. It's really simple. It just requires you visiting the site a few times, and you get the pop delivered to you in the mail. I think they're saying Q3, so you're looking at like somewhere around August, September. That's pretty quick compared to what it used to be. Pretty quick. Here are the different pops you could possibly pull from a pack. You might get lucky and pull this Grail NFT. Very small chance, like less than 0.5% chance that you'll pull this, but you might. I have pulled Grails. I think I pulled like 20 Grails total in all the 4 years we've been doing this, and I've bought a few extras, maybe a little more. But if you get lucky and you pull that one, and it's fun when you pull it, then you'll actually get that physical pop delivered to you in the mail, again, Q3, if you follow all the instructions. Then that's the Grail. There's 999 of those. I anticipate the packs will sell out, so there probably will be close to 999 delivered. But if there are less than 999 delivered, that sticker will change to match the number. All right. Nice, Bubba James. Oh, I saw a tweet I wanted to tell you about, Bubba James, but I forgot to tag you in it. Then we have 3 legendaries. Each of these legendaries has 1,900 pieces that might show up in your pack. You got a much better chance of pulling these than a Grail, but it's still pretty limited, like a 1-point-something% chance maybe every time you turn a card. I don't remember exactly what the numbers are. It changes depending on the drop, but still limited, but there's still a chance. And some people, yes, will pull multiple Grails, multiple legendaries, sometimes in the same pack. Somebody for the Dark Valentine pulled 2 Grails out of a standard pack, 5 NFTs, and they pulled 2 Grails. Unheard of statistics, right? But they did it. It can happen. All right, so that's Buzz with darts. This is what the NFT looks like. If you pull it from the pack and it says legendary, make sure it's the legendary. You're going to get that physical pop delivered in the mail. 1,900 possible pieces. Pterodactyl with the Janie doll body. I love this one. I love how unique and niche this is. It's so fun. 1,900 possible pieces. There's what the NFT looks like. Sid doing his thing to make the Frankenstein pterodactyl. You got the last legendary is Woody with the red pencil. I love that both Buzz and Woody are the legendaries, so you have a chance of actually getting both if you like to keep that balance with the main Toy Story characters. There's what the NFT looks like. There's what the pop looks like. He's down, bended on one knee like he is at the beginning of this clip. I think that's fun and unique. Secondary price predictions. Hit me up with that again in a minute. I like that conversation. Then we have an Ultra. Now, the Ultra's a little different than the others. You'll still get a physical pop in the mail, but you have a much higher likelihood of pulling this from a pack. I don't know what the numbers are, or I'd give them to you, but you can do the math. 5,000 possible pieces, and almost 5,000 will go out. I would guess 4,750 will actually be delivered somewhere in there, because there will be some packs that are never open. There will be some people that don't redeem, etc., etc. But you got a really good likelihood of getting at least one Scud if you buy like 2 or 3 premium packs, is my guess. Somewhere in there, based on what we've seen in the past. Really good likelihood of pulling a Scud. So some people will say, I wasted my money and all I got was garbage. Those people don't know what they're talking about. They just feel deflated in the moment because they didn't pull a physical pop. This stands to help people go, oh, I got something. Jimmy, Q Hasbro over on Twitter. Have you seen a market shift in pricing for Epic since the change to wallet in Dropio? It seems like Epics have certain cards dramatically higher than the most in that level. I don't think it had anything to do with the change in the wallet, Jimmy, but we have seen a slight shift in the market lately. I think more based on the licenses that Funko has gotten, the fact that they took a little breather after Christmas, the quality of the molds. There's been several factors. I don't think the change in the wallet really had anything to do with it, because the people that are in it made they adapted very quickly. They didn't let it slow them down because the change is so minimal. It literally is just changing where you send your USDC when you send it to that wallet. It's it. It's like if you were to move and just tell people you have a new address. It's that simple. There's nothing to it. Jasp said, yeah, Scud is easier to pull than any specific legendary, but it is more likely to pull a legendary than an Ultra. Makes sense. 1,900 times 3. What does that put us at? Near 5,500, 5,700, something like that. Yeah, 5,700. So there's 5,700 legendaries in total, 5,000 Scud. Makes sense, right? But your percentage chance of pulling that specific Scud pop is higher than any other specific redeemable. So you're not wrong, Jeff. You're right. So there's 5 different pops that you might pull the NFT for, and that instantly you're like, good, I'm getting the physical pop. I'm set, as long as I follow the instructions. The one that bakes some noodles, is this one right here, and that is the royalty. And don't let it's not complicated. It's very simple. Funko has a checklist. We'll look at an example of the checklist in just a second of what all the commons, uncommons, rares, and epics are. If you can collect one of every one of those, you get this physical pop. It's like back in the day having your team checklist for your favorite sports team. Let's say it's the Dodgers, and you opened up a bunch of Topps packs and you wanted to complete the set. There's the checklist. Well, that's what Funko does for you. And if you complete the checklist, you get the bonus item, which is the royalty. I think it's the most confusing. I don't like to use the word because it's not. It's just most misunderstood part of all this collecting. When it started, there were a few people I knew that collected. They bought the packs and they were thinking they would pull a royalty card in there, and that doesn't exist. You got to complete the set to get the royalty card. People just kind of go, well, I don't understand it, so I'm going to walk away from it. The introduction of the drop site, because we didn't have drop on the first few days. We went through a Funko secondary site that helped you track stuff, and it was confusing. The introduction of the drop site years ago was a saving grace, because let's look at an example. Let's look at Freddy's Dark Valentine. This was a very tough pack to get. And I'm still working on my first royalty set, but I'm very close. What did I need to get a royalty set? I'm going to back out just a little bit. Look at this. Right now, royalty set 0. And here is a little area here that says royalty set tracking. I am 93%. You can't see the number, but it's right over here. 93% the way through my royalty set for this one. And what do I need for the royalty set? It's right here. I need all the commons. There are 15 of them. I have 15 of them. I'm gonna collapse that. Uncommons, there are 12. I need 12. I have 12. Rares is where I'm missing some. This is typically not difficult to complete rares, but for this particular drop, it was, because they're a little more expensive, and I'm playing the game of trying to get them at the best price. I'm missing 3, and you can see they're kind of grayed out there. And if you look over on the side, it says I have 7 of 10. I'm missing those 3. Once I get those 3, I will have completed a royalty set. This number will change to a 1. And I will get on snapshot day, I will get a card and a coin. The coin I redeem for the actual physical pop. Right? Pretty simple. Normally the epics are the hardest to get. And in this case, they were. They're the most expensive and hardest to get. But I tackled those early and got them all for, with the exception of this one on the far right, I got them all cheaper than what they are currently going for in the market. I believe. I think I pretty much won on this one. I hit it at the right time. But you got to have one of every one of the epics, rares, uncommons, and commons. In the case of the Dark Valentine, that was a total of 27, 37, 43 NFTs. That's lower than normal. If we look at something like a bigger drop, like, let's say, Stranger Things. Stranger Things had 13 epics you had to collect. And in total, you needed, that's 40, 55, 68 total NFTs. So depending on the drop and the license, there may be more or less NFTs. My guess is the Stranger Things is probably a pretty good comparison, and we'll have somewhere around 65, 70, 75 NFTs in the royalty set. But the thing that we need to focus on day 1, maybe day 2 now, and we'll do this live next Tuesday, so you want to be here in the stream while you're doing your thing on your computer. Have it open, because I can answer questions that can help you through all this, is we need to focus on those epics. On day 1, we want to focus on those epics. There's a pattern that always happens. And I think this will be no different than in previous. We're going to start off, and the epics are going to get listed on the market at a very high number. So you're going to be opening your packs, and you're going to go, I'm missing 3 epics, or I'm missing all the epics. I need to go out on the market and try and buy them. You go out to the market, and the prices are going to be extraordinarily high. People are going to put up $15, $20, $25, $30. Nobody's buying those. The price is going to drop, and then it's going to plateau, may drop a little more. We could probably get those epics for under $10 a piece. Given this drop, I'm hoping for under 7 a piece. In a dream world, under 6 a piece. But I'm thinking we'll be good to get them at under 10 on this drop, because it's going to be so popular. This is one of the best royalties under one of the best licenses that Funko and Drop have ever provided us. Here, the Revenge says one reason the rares are so expensive as most epics is because of the count of them, 2,200 versus 2,000. Yeah, they're barely any more, right? And it totally makes sense to me. Here, the Revenge, but they're expensive because of that and the fact that still so many packs have never been purchased using the fan rewards points. Will probably be like the Harry Potter drop in popularity. I feel that's pretty fair. One of the only things that makes this drop function differently than other drops is the fact that it's a drop exclusive. You will not be able to take your NFTs from your wallet on drop and transfer them to a Wax wallet. Less people do that than used to, but it still served as an important part of the ecosystem for some people. You will only be able to buy and sell on secondary market on the drop website. Luckily, people from all states can participate now. But it still is enough of a hindrance because I think so many people don't understand it. They're like, wait, a drop exclusive, does that mean I can only buy with USDC, the packs and stuff too? No, but they don't spend the time to learn, they just make assumptions and then they stay out of it. Fourth Curator, 36 months, Prime, thank you, my friend. Here, the Revenge says, if there are 12 to 14 epics, I see them at $4 to $5. I disagree on this one. I think this one's going to be more popular and therefore they'll be more expensive, but I hope you're right. Because for those of us who play the game correctly and have done this enough, we know to scoop at that $4 to $5 range and we can buy the whole royalty set for under $75 and win. Sometimes under $60 and win. I don't think we're going to be that lucky on this one. I think there's too many eyeballs and too many excited people on these pops in general. So I think they're going to be more expensive, but I hope you're right. I hope you're right. Okay, timeline. Let's talk timeline real quick. And I used to have a graphic here that I still need to fix. Let's see if it's still available. Boom. It's better when I have a dark background and not my name in the corner. Let's see if I can take my name out for a second. There we go. We got this timeline right below me down here. I wear a black shirt today, so this helps. Packs are going to drop next Tuesday, the 25th. You then have 120 days. 4 months to collect the NFTs and get your legendaries, get your grails, your ultras, and complete your royalty sets. You do not have to race through completing all of everything in day one. That'd be, you're doing all your work here and you still have 119 days to go. It doesn't make any sense. The one caveat, the one exception is we do try to focus on the epics right here because there's the most activity on that day and the most people trying to hurry up and make money. The flippers are trying to hurry up and make money, and they inadvertently do what I call the race to zero, and they drop the values super low. Then, typically, the values drop, we purchase, and then over time, over that 128 days, the price will fluctuate of completing a royalty set. But I anticipate when we get to the 100-day mark, we're looking at $100 to $150 royalty set to complete. You don't want to do that. You want to complete them over here, if at all possible. Randy says price fluctuations will decide when best to buy during the collection period. Absolutely, yeah. That's Jesse Star says, wait, I'm working and misses this. We're streaming with charts now. I've had this for a while, Miss Jesse Star. You just missed it. I don't bring it up often, but yeah, we've got this. So you have 120 days to complete your sets. Then on 120 days from the time of the pack drop, which, if we go back over here, is not something you have to memorize. Oops. Scroll down here. And the snapshot will be June 25th. They name it something weird. I don't know why they put redemption is open. That doesn't mean anything to anybody. June 25th is the snapshot day. That means on that day at 11 a.m., they're going to look at everyone's wallet and literally take a snapshot digitally of exactly what NFTs are in every wallet. If you have the legendary or the grail, the ultra, or you've completed royalty set or multiple sets, they will issue you a coin for each of those that you have gotten. And that serves as your way to get your physical pop. Here's what coins look like. There you go. These are redemption coins that you can turn in to get your physical pops. I'm currently holding on to my G.I. Joes and my Stranger Things because once they take that snapshot and issue the coins, you have 30 days to turn those coins in. In those 30 days, you can buy and sell coins. So maybe you didn't want to buy packs. Maybe you didn't want to spend time on the secondary market. You just want to wait it out And when the time comes and those coins are issued, you can scoop some of those up. In the past, we've seen some of the coins go for much lower than their legendary, grail, and even the components of the royalty set counterparts. But I don't know if that's going to be the same this time. I think these are going to be highly sought after. But in that 30 days, you have time to bargain, buy, sell, trade, whatever. And then the redemption ends. Again, you don't have to memorize this date. It's going to be right back over here on the page we were just on and in other places as we go on. Never have to memorize this information. I don't know why people kind of wig out about it. It doesn't make any sense. July 25th. Because June 25th is a snapshot. July 25th will be the actual end of the redemption period. And that's when no more legendaries, grails, none of those coins are going to be valuable. They have to be turned in by that day in order for you to get your physical pop. After that, they have no value. For instance, I don't know if you just saw, if I look back in my wallet, actually I can go forward. Can I go here? Yeah, I bought a legendary redemption coin for Big Boy that I can't get a pop for that anymore, but I wanted the actual redemption coin in my collection. So I have that now. There aren't a lot of those left. There were 1,207 coins in total. Most of those are probably turned in. So now I own a coin. There's not a single one available on the market. None. I own one of the very few coins anymore because I did buy this one off the secondary market after the redemption ended. Walking Miracle says, in these days, they email you if you still have unredeemed coins in your drop wallet. They do. That's cool. That's a really nice feature. That's good customer service. Good job again, Drop and Funko. Okay, we may have been talking to a bunch of people who didn't care, who maybe already know all about this. We may have been talking to a few people. I'm not going to redeem the coin. I've decided. I have a #1 redemption Freddy royalty as Duke. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to buy another coin, and I'm going to keep this mint #1. One of my prized possessions, honestly. I think it's so cool. I'm giving up on that particular physical pop. I'll get the other ones. But I'm going to keep this coin in my collection because getting a mint #1 anything is tricky. And I got that just delivered to me for completing the royalty set randomly. I got the mint #1. So I'm keeping it. Currently on Drop, you can buy one for $39.25. So I'll probably buy another one so I still get 2 physical Freddys, but I'll keep this coin. I would love to see a day where post-redemption, you can get your coin back as maybe like a non-transferable thing, or even something that's labeled as already redeemed. I don't know how they do that, but it's possible. They did it with that one NFT for last year's Fun Days where the NFT was editable after the fact and it said redeemed. I'd love to see that with the coins because they're so fun. Yeah, Red Ranger, I might at some point, but for right now, I just want to keep it. I'm playing the long game. I'm not racing through like the flippers are on the beginning days of each of these packs. I see a long-term value in the digital NFTs that most people don't feel is a thing. Like the Big Boy one. Expired. Is it noted on there somewhere? It does say it. Yep. There's a little bar expired, little bar there expired. The problem with that is that's not enough to keep somebody from being tricked into purchasing it after the fact. It would need to be more blatant, I think. And also that label would not appear on other sites if you say transferred it to Wax and that went up for sale over there. It wouldn't be on there. It wouldn't say expired. That's just something the Drop has built into their site. So I don't think it's enough to keep people from doing silly things after the fact. We need that clip as blue stars. What clip? The expired one. So we've gone through the whole conversation. What I was getting at, and then I sidetracked myself, is if you're watching and you have any questions, now is the opportune time to ask them. Please ask your questions and let me know if you have any questions about this, anything at all that you need clarification on, because next Tuesday we may not have time to clarify it. One thing that doesn't get talked about enough, says here the Revenge, if you can redeem it, there will be a diamond included with the coin/card. So to your point, if we go to, let me go to catalog here, we've got the legendary. Wait, it doesn't show there? I thought it did. Oh, yeah, there's the little diamond. It says legendary and has the diamond out to the side. It's real small right there. You can also see it over here. There's a diamond. There's a diamond for Grail. There is no diamond for 101 or packs or any of these others, but that little diamond that's there in the logo next to Legendary indicates that is a redeemable, and you'll see that throughout the site. They have done a really good job of laying out their site for most things. There's a few things I would change, but that's just me and the fact that I've used this so much and the way I see the user experience. They may get no complaints from anybody else, but it's just me. Not sure if you talked about it or not, but also the 101. So ATX Dark Fang. There is the 101s, but they do not come with the physical redeemable. Common misnomer. There have been a couple of exceptions. Ooh, I like the audio for that one. There have been a couple of exceptions on the 101s. One came with a proto that they made for Fun Days and another one for New York Comic Con, I believe. But most of the time, a 101 is just that. It is a 1-of-1 NFT. And for some reason, people are like, well, they should make it a physical pop. I don't understand why anyone thinks that. The value of this is not that it comes with something. The value is that there's literally only one in the world. And digitally, it should have an extreme value. Some already have, some sold for thousands of dollars. Most go for hundreds. In the future, you're looking at a 1-of-1. It's like a proto, but better. Yeah, they go for hundreds sometimes, but again, it depends on the license and the mold. A 1-of-1 Turtles is going to go for way more than a 1-of-1 Daria. A 1-of-1 like this Dark Art Freddy might go really high, but some of the other 1-of-1s don't even feature Freddy, and they're not as highly sought after. A buddy that just started the NFT game pointed that out to me on the tokens, which is nice. Wait, what's on the tokens? Let's go back and look at mine. Let's see if we can figure out what you're talking about. What's on the tokens?
Yeah,
the diamonds?
Yeah.
Wait, you must be talking about here. Oh, yeah, redeemable. I see what you're saying. I was thinking on the actual art, but no, it says it right there. Redeemable with a diamond. Makes sense, right? That's really cool. People go crazy trying to buy them. I'm glad. There should be a market for 1-of-1s that's really high. There are some definite things that don't make sense in the values of the NFTs. If you go back, there's some super, super rare NFTs that people are ignoring that are going pretty cheap. One is some of the Funko reward stuff from the past. Let's look at an example. If we come down here, there should be a blue box for one of these. Oh, no, they put a logo in it. Funko fan rewards. These are not the fan rewards for the Valentine's Day. This is confusing. They should have had a similar moniker, but they went with love.funko for that. This is the Funko fan rewards that people were using their points on before, months ago, years ago, to buy packs like this one. I bought one of these packs, a Q2 reward pack from 2024. There are only 51 of these packs in the world. And this pack, there's one listed right now for 50 bucks. This other pack here, there's one listed for 60. This pack here, there's one listed for $69.99. This one here, $400. That person's figured it out. There's only one available for sale. 60 bucks for this. There's only two on the market. 50 for that. There's only two on the market. 69 for that. Only two on the market. There are 0 of each of these on the market. These are super rare compared to even Grails. Grails are anywhere between 400 and 1,000 pieces, depending on the license. And those go for these same prices sometimes. For instance, the Harry Potter Grail is going for like 50, 60, 70 bucks. There are like 900 of those. No, 400 of those. There are only 50 of these. And then here are the cards that come out of those packs. Very, very limited. Very, very limited. And they're, in my opinion, not going for enough money. This is my favorite one now. It's a $40 on the secondary market, but it's the first instance where Drop Arcade appears on an NFT. I don't think the last one, but the first one for sure. I think it's amazing. There's a lot of things like that. If you go back, I have some weird stuff in my collection that I scooped up a long time ago using the codes from like Fun Days and stuff. So if I go to these unopened packs, there's that fan rewards pack I bought. How about Fright Night? 1,550 packs were possible, but only, does it tell you how many were? Yeah, only 968 packs exist of each of these three. And right now you can buy one for $29.82 on the secondary market. The original Blacklight Battle, the very first one they ever gave out to people in the audience at San Diego Comic-Con. I have one of the packs still unopened. There are only 300 of these in existence in the world. Like, these are truly rare compared to a lot of other things, and I don't think they show their value appropriately yet. I think they will in time. How do we find out about the fan reward pack and when they drop? I keep on missing them. So the fan reward stuff from Funko, the best way I've seen, and this is fairly new for me too, I didn't know about this until the last year, sign up on their portal for fan rewards, put in your phone number and ask for the push notifications. Make sure you have the Funko app. Make sure you turn on those push notifications. And they will tell you, it's usually Saturdays at like 11 a.m. Pacific, that they will say, hey, a new batch of fan rewards is coming. Make sure you're prepared. So at 11 a.m. you want to be on the portal and refreshing that fan rewards area to see what you can redeem for. But make sure you got the app. Make sure you put in all your information on the website, on Funko website, the portal for fan rewards, and make sure you've signed up for push notifications so you don't miss out. Even then, push notifications on a lot of apps fail over time. Make sure that you go in and every once in a while open the app again, and that'll help re-trigger those push notifications. It's weird. I don't understand why push notifications ever stop unless you tell them to stop, but they do. It's at least in the Apple world. I don't know about Android. Okay, any other questions or things you guys want to point out to help those who may be watching but don't feel like asking questions? Maybe something that you are worried about for the Toy Story drop or want to see more about? Because we'll wrap up this conversation. We can always come back, but we'll wrap up this conversation. We'll do some Twitchy Tide stuff that I want you guys to take a look at and be aware of. Play some games, give away some prizes, and then when we wrap all that up, we may play some games as well. Absolutely, Misty. I think that just like with Twitchy Tides, and we'll talk about it in a minute. What's up, St. Keith? How are you, man? I think just like with the Twitchy Tide stuff, you can easily jump in on the Funko collectibles and get the packs and work on your legendaries and grails and maybe even start doing royalty sets. It's very simple. It's very simple. The toughest things are going to be getting set up with your wallet and the KYC, the Know Your Customer thing, which will allow you to interact on the secondary market, and getting USDC. Now, to a moment to talk about the KYC stuff. Bubba James pointed this out the other day, and I know he's right. A lot of people still reluctant to do the KYC thing, which is basically going in and verifying who you are so that you can have an account and there aren't people, bad players out there making fake accounts and interacting fake and taking advantage of each other like happens on eBay, right? When you go in, you verify yourself with your ID, passport, birth date, social security number. Scary stuff, right? To give that information to anybody sucks. We're warned our whole life, don't do it. And then all of a sudden they're like, just do this real quick. And we're like, whoa, this is not something Drop or Coinbase or Wax or any of these sites wants to do. They don't want to do it. They know it's a barrier to entry that's going to keep a lot of people out because people are reluctant to trust, which I get it, right? That they'll be secure with your information and stuff. However, it is required by the government. They, at any time, I'm sure, can be audited and said and told, we need the information. We need to know that every single person on your site has filled this out and has been verified, because we want to be able to track. The government is so scared about the cryptocurrency world and our ability to make money that they can't tax. This gives them the opportunity to come after you should you not pay your taxes. That's a discussion for you and your accountant and all that stuff. But the KYC thing is not negotiable. It has to be done. Sadly, we have to take the leap of faith and trust that Drop and Funko and any of those other sites I mentioned are securely storing any information that they're actually storing. Now, some of these KYC systems work through a third party that verifies the information and then it's not stored again. I'm hoping that's how this one works. And that your information is could be hacked and taken advantage of. I think if you log into your account on Drop, you'll see that that information is not in your account. So I don't think they're storing it. But you still have to perform that activity if you want to be a part of the KYC on the secondary market, if you want to be a part of the buying and selling. St. Keith says, so I got a box today from Funko. I apparently won the Freddy as Batman Blacklight Battle LE 4000 from the fan rewards program. Dope. That's nice, man. That's awesome. Congratulations, Keith. Welcome Miracles is pretty sure the drop one is a third, but I think it is. I think most of them are, because these companies are just as scared about that information as we are of giving it up. I can tell you from having worked there, we had to go through trainings and certifications all the time on properly storing customers' data. For instance, I couldn't make a spreadsheet that has all your information, and like your email address and phone number and stuff, without every so often purging that information. Or I could get in trouble and get Funko fined and in trouble. It's not something they want to do. Could someone still hack your account and get in and get your information? Well, I don't think they'll get your social or your ID or any of that. They could still get your, if you store credit card information on your computer or in your account, they could still get into that info. That's why there are some things in place to help protect you that you need to take advantage of with your account. Number one is two-factor authentication. If you've heard me say it before but haven't done it, shame on you. Set that up today. That way, because your account doesn't get hacked. What happens is, I mean, it does occasionally happen, but typically what happens is you use the same password on 400 sites because it's easier to remember. Shame on you, but we all do it in some way, right? Someone goes to another site, that site gets hacked or they get into their database. That information is then put on the internet, whether it's public or black market or whatever. Somebody then takes that information and tries all the other sites. If they get your username and password from another site, and then they try it here and your bank and your Netflix account and all that, and they're able to get in, that's on you. You screwed up. If you put the two-factor authentication on, even if they get the username and password correct, it's then going to say, we need this 4-digit code. That person's not going to be able to get the 4-digit code. You're going to need to have your device or something in order to get that. So protect yourself by turning that on. Thank you, Autumn's Toys, 56 months. Tier 1, I appreciate you, sir. How are you? How are you now? So use two-factor authentication, and then now you have the new pass key that you'll need with your account to be able to spend your USDC. Super simple to set up. I talked with a few people who've had problems setting it up. Always remember the rule. What is it? I just blanked. Trying the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome. I just blanked on one of my favorite words. Don't keep trying on the same device and you keep getting an error and you just keep trying on the same device. I'm not making fun of anybody. I'm just saying, take a pause, take a breather, and go, insanity. That's the word. Don't be insane. Take the moment, go, it's not working here. Let me try on a different device. Or maybe I've been trying through Chrome, try it on Safari. Or wait a minute, it's not working on Safari. I'll try it on Edge, if you're the one person that's using Edge on Microsoft. It's not working on my phone, try on my iPad. Not working on my iPad, try on my computer. It could just be something janky with the settings, cache, memory, whatever of that one device. So remember insanity and try something different, and it's probably going to work. I know it worked for somebody I was helping. I don't want to call them out. P. King says, obtaining a password from one site and using it on another is a tactic known as password stuffing. I never heard that, but I'm sure that's accurate. Yep, absolutely. All right, we've gone through a lot of good stuff. Probably very boring for some of you who have been here a while, but I think it may have clarified a few things, helped remind you about a few things. Again, if you have questions, now's the time to ask. While we wait on you to ask and you guys to bring up anything else, let me bring up Twitchy Tides. If you haven't played Twitchy Tides before, everybody is eligible to play. It's a game we play, interact here on the stream, giving you your chance to win some prizes. And you should be playing if you have any fish, especially. It's a game that's very simple to start with. You can jump in on the game. Then if you want to, you can do other things like the staking and earning on their website, but you don't have to do that to just play the games here on stream. Super simple. You literally are just gonna have to type in a couple of things in the stream to participate. We're gonna be giving away prizes to 5th and 11th place. If you get 5th place in the game, I know it seems weird, right? But I want people who don't necessarily get first to have a chance. If you get 5th place, you're gonna get a Twitchy Tides pack featuring one fish that you can use in the future in the game, or you can sell it if you want. Do whatever you want. 11th place will also do a Twitchy Tides pack. If you get 1st place and you happen to be using codename Kitty, which is one of the fish in the game, you don't have to do this, but if you want to, you can, and you get 1st place, I will gift you 10 million woofy, a woof, which is a coin that is you can use on the blockchain. Your code word is float. Everybody, if you've participated before, you know what to do. If you haven't, type in !float, leave a space, and put in your Wax wallet ID. Got to be a Wax Wallet ID. Should end in .wham or something similar. If you have any trouble or have any questions, please ask in the chat. Darth Wacko, wait, Boba James says, Sully, seems I only have, oh, it's jumping on me too quick. Seems I only have, god dang it, I should have read this before. Bonus digital NFTs, none from fan rewards section. Yeah, so you haven't purchased them. You would have had to purchase those other ones. Uh-oh, why is this not working? Nobody's getting in. Haven't had this problem in a while. What's going down? It's connected. Oh, man. Let me go off this just in case I show some personal information. Reset. Clear Twitch login and any saved preferences. Let me try resetting and reloading, and then we'll go back to this. Occasionally it happens. Login required. Log in. Let's see if this works. 1 second. Boba James said that, and then we had another comment from Darth Wacko. Booth is still not showing on Twitchy Tide's website. I have 2 of them now from Diggs. Yeah, it like I said, it does take a few days sometimes for things to show up. Let me see if mine's showing up. There you go, exclamation point play. Let's try this again. I reset everything. Come on, work. There we go, that fixed it. Okay, if you entered before, please enter again. Sorry about that, occasionally things happen. It's some cache on the computer, and I've been having some issues with other things, so it could be related. So let's look. I'm gonna leave this up. Let's see if I can leave this on the screen smaller, so you guys can see that we're playing the game, but still look at this information we need to look at. Let's do that. Then we'll bring this over here. Wrong spot. I wanted you here. There we go. Oh, why do you do that? Does that work? That works. Okay. So on the game, on the website, this is again something you don't have to interact with, but if you decide to, let's say you're on Twitchy Tides TV and you're digging and you get lucky enough to pull a fish like Booth. You said you have that, but it's not showing. Let's see. If I look at my fish, Booth is epic, I believe, or a rare. Let's see. So I can filter and find it easiest. I'll go to Atomic Hub. We'll look up Twitchy Tides. Give me 1 sec, just so I can filter and find and see if it's in there. Booth is a limited scarce. Yeah, not showing in mine either. So each time a new fish is introduced, and this one's only days old at this point, anytime a new fish is introduced, it can take a few days for it to get populated on their website, so that you can then use it, you can stake it and earn from it, so that you can do your blending or whatever, which actually I think, interestingly enough, this one, if you go to blending, it'll show you have the fish. It knows you have it. So if I go to this blend, like it sees that I have the fish. It's just not showing on the website yet. It will in time. And once it does, then you'll be able to set it as a fish and maybe put it on your team and even play with it in the game. But for right now, it's not showing up for anybody, I don't think. I assume Pop Paragon knows about that, but assuming can be bad. I recommend anytime you guys have any problems with anything, give it a few days. If it's still a problem, go to the Discord and let Pop Paragon and the team know so they can look into it. Uga says, I just ran an ad cleaner earlier today. Everything seems to be working without issue since I fixed 6 things. Oh, ADW cleaner. Okay, I'll have to look at that. Let me do that myself. ADW cleaner. In case any of you weren't here before, I'm doing a giveaway. You can still enter. Why wouldn't you go right back to the way you were? No, why are you over there? I don't want you over there. I clearly wanted you over here. I'm doing a giveaway right now. If you're kind enough to go and quote tweet this post, and I'll drop the link in here again to try and get some people to come over and watch the stream. If you'll quote tweet this post, you'll be eligible to win mint number 1 of the Nerd Unite logo that I'm giving away for today. So make sure you go and quote tweet that. Just say something like, Sully's explaining Twitchy Tides now and trying to help everybody out. Come on over and learn. Or if you haven't caught Sully's streams before, and you want to learn about Funko NFTs, this is the place. Something like that, to let people know. Of course, this is available only to my friends on Twitter, or to folks on Twitter. So if you have not gone to Twitter and followed me and interacted with me, please do. All right, let's see. Any other questions? Thank you for that, Uga. I appreciate that information. All right. I'll let you guys run this for a couple minutes. Let me set a timer. Give me a timer for 2 minutes. Go ahead and get in there. We're going to run a game, then we'll look at some other Twitchy Tide stuff and educate you guys on a few things that you may be struggling with. I'm going to take a quick bio break, and I'll be right back. No questions popped up while I was gone? Okay, you guys got 20 seconds left to enter, and then we'll run this first game. 5th and 11th get a prize. If you have Codename Kitty registered as your fish, and you enter and you get first place, you will get 10 million woof that I will deposit to your account immediately. Do you guys hear the audio on that? I don't, but I love that song. Okay, time is up. Here we go. Let me make sure this is not muted. We are going to kick this game. Oh, I should jump in as well. Let me jump in. If I win, we'll just move the prizes down one notch. I just like to play for a chance. Thank you, Walking Miracle, for reminding me. All right, here we go. We're going to kick this game off in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And for those of you who haven't played before, your fish can just sit back and not touch the keyboard at all, or each fish has a special ability. If you don't know the ability for your fish, type in !ability in the chat, and it'll come back and tell you. On Twitch, of course. Fish are getting eliminated by random stuff that comes in there. We got sharks, we got crabs, we got jellyfish, we got hooks. Just a lot of random dumb luck, but those special abilities can save you, so don't forget to use those. They can help you at least get past one obstacle here and there. For instance, Codename Kitty has roar as the keyword that puts off this little pulsing barrier that most things can't get through. Some things still can. And you have, what, like a 20-second cooldown if you try to do it again that you gotta wait? No, it's like a 30-second cooldown. I still have 22 seconds left. Hard to time. I should have set a timer. Because especially as you get lower, or there's less fish left, you really want to increase your chances of lasting. Oh, that jumbo chain is dope. Who got that? Wait, oh, no, that wasn't who I was thinking. There's a guy that I've been following on Twitter, and he bought a jumbo chain secondary market, but the new reveal, was it Power Rangers? It looked like it was going to be Power Rangers, but I didn't see the final reveal. To be 100% with you, I don't look at the Funko posts a whole lot anymore, especially since I can't buy much of anything. Let me see if we see that. Is it in their stories, but not on their page? There's the 80s flashback. Yeah, there it is. It is Power Green Ranger, isn't it? Yeah, that is dope. I was afraid. I was afraid it was going to be He-Man. If it hadn't been for the context clues. Uh-oh, I have a chance. I have a chance. Something take these other two fools out. There's only 3 of us left. There went one. There's a 50-50 chance. I won't be able to use another roar. Oh, good timing on that ability. Good timing on that ability. That might save you. I'm going to bring one up just in case. How much longer do I have to go? 15 seconds. Give me a timer for 13 seconds. No! Oh, man. Good job. I was so close to winning, but I'll take a second place. Congratulations to TOO High 74RD. I can't even. No prize for you, unfortunately, because you didn't have Codename Kitty enabled, but you do get first place, which is awesome, right? Congratulations on that. 5th place, Flantality, is going to get a Twitchy Tides pack. I wish I had said something about giving a first place prize, but I don't typically. Usually do 5th and 11th. Maybe I should start instituting some first place prizes. You're welcome, Flantality. Thank you to Pop Paragon for providing us streamers with the stuff to give away. He gives me these single fish pack, and it's very kind of him. In addition to all that he does for the streaming community, Chuck Calaird also getting a Twitchy Tides single fish pack. Now you guys can, of course, you can open these on Nefty Blocks if you would like, or you can go sell them or whatever you want to do. Red Ranger, that makes sense. You would want one. They are what, like 150, 200 bucks or something? What do they cost? I don't even know. Way out of my price range right now. If they ever make a He-Man one, which they probably will, I'm gonna have to try. But I'm gonna have to sell some stuff in order to do that. 125 or 150, that who says. I still so wish they came with an NFT for each one, but they don't. I probably picked the same pack I'd already given away. I do that all the time. And then Atomic Hub does an update. For Curators is 200 plus. Is that like with taxes and fees and everything? Okay, there we go. Prizes have been sent. Okay, let's get another game going. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll mix it up now. We'll give a first place prize. I know that sucks for 2 who just won. Sorry. We'll give away a first place prize and a 5th place prize. 1st and 5th will both get a Twitchy Tides pack. Actually, you know what? I think I might have some 10 packs left. If I have a 10 pack left, I'll give it to whoever gets first place. Let's go over here. I wanted to look at the Twitchy Tides website for just a minute for you guys. Make sure on a daily basis you're doing a few things. If you're playing this game and you bothered to stake any fish, spend a couple minutes a day. That's all you got to do. Retail's $2.50. Dang, that's high. That's high. Yo, Civilix, what's happening? Make sure you're doing a few things each day. First off, make sure you're staking your fish that you can and earning from them. You need a tank. Pretty easy to get, not that expensive. You get a tank, and then that is your storage for your fish, right? Once you have the tank and you got some fish you stake in there, you can earn from them. Every few days, you're going to have to feed them, just like fish in real life, right? So make sure you're doing those things. Go to staking, go to fish inventory. Make sure that your first stop every single time you go to the Twitchy Tides website, and look for these purple buttons up at the top. These are actions you need to take to get yourself even. In other words, if fish are hungry, they need to be fed. If you have earned anything from your fish, you need to claim it. If you've earned anything from your plants, you need to claim it, etc., etc. So just work your way through. I have 8 tide that I've earned since this morning. I need to claim that. I'm now earning 55 tide, 5.5 tide an hour. So it's starting to really pick up steam. I'm still far away from the leaders on the boards, but I'm earning pretty good, and I got some slots here for when booth opens up. I'm going to stake. I have plants that are producing food for me. I want to make sure to claim that. I'm now producing, 21 food every 4 days. But that, in addition to the other activities that I have, is keeping me from having to purchase any more food. I don't think I'm going to have to purchase any more food. I'm slowly increasing this balance just enough where I'm going to keep right between the 8 to 1,000 food at all times. I'm got plants that are earning for me. Now I'm doing tide staking. If you guys haven't seen this yet, it's under staking, tide staking. You can take your tide that you've earned. It's in the upper right hand corner right now. I have 1,500 tide. You have that tide that you've earned. You can go exchange wax for tide, and you can stake it in the game. If you stake 1,000, I think is the minimum, you start earning. But if you stake, is it 1,000, 3,000? Where is the info here? Yeah, 1,000 tide is the minimum, I believe. Then there's a tier 2, which you can earn more from, is 2,500 tide minimum. If you go 5,000 or more tide, you earn at the highest level. And you earn food every day. At 5,000 tide, you're earning 16.67 food a day. So if you want to, you can do the math on what fish you have, how much they need to be fed, how much food would you need to earn every few days in order to keep your fish at par without having to buy any food. I am actually below the number I need. I'm staking 5,251 tide. I'm below that number of food I need, but between the staking here, playing Twitchy Tides TV, opening my Twitchy treasures, and whatever else opportunities come up, I'm earning enough to always stay at the same level. So I'm not having to buy any food. So do the math and say, well, how much would it cost me to get the tide, the 5,000 tide? If that's like 50, 60, 70 bucks, whatever it is, maybe you don't do it all at once. Maybe you do it incrementally. But to get to that point where you never have to buy food again, hopefully, that's pretty powerful. That's pretty strong, right? Think about it. Do that math. Are you buying food every few days now? If it's only like, $1 here, $1 there, no biggie. But maybe it adds up, and over the course of the next year of playing this game, a $40 investment means you never have to pay that again. It's up to you to figure out if you want to do it or not. I claim every day. I have 3 hours until I can claim my stake tide again, my food. And then don't forget about your Twitchy treasures. Every day at 9 a.m., if you've been playing games on Twitch, if you've been playing games in the Battle Bowls, if you've been staking, and if you've been staking Tide, you can get 1 or 2 treasures. I've already claimed mine for today. Most days I'm getting tier 2. Some days I'm getting tier 3. Depends on how much you participate and play. Right? So make sure you're doing that. And then, of course, there's the Battle Bowls, which we're going to pause on for just a second. I'll show that in just a minute. But make sure you go through that little quick checklist every day. You can feed your fish, claim your tide, jump into a battle bowl, get your Twitchy treasures, and check your staked tide in like under 1 minute. And if you just do that once a day, you're going to be earning all the time in the game, right? All right, here we go. We're going to play another game. I got to get in on this one yet again. While we're playing this game, you guys think about do you have any questions about the game, any particular elements of the game? I'll help you wherever I can. If I don't know the answer, we have people we can rely on to get the answer, or I can point you in the right direction. But I want everybody to understand all the elements and enjoy playing the game. I love it more every day. I've been playing more and more and more every day. And it's fun to have something to look forward to each day, especially when we're winning. The codename Kitty is a fish you'll see. I have it staked next to my name right there. It looks like Sully from Monsters, Inc. If you donated when we were doing Extra Life, you could donate on the different streams, collect NFTs that way, and then you would get airdropped for free a codename Kitty. That window of opportunity has passed, but codename Kitty can be picked up on the secondary market if you're interested in picking it up. I almost always give a bonus prize if you're running that in first place and have it in first place, but I may not. I may change, so I don't want you to go spend money that you shouldn't spend. But if you want to pick it up, it's a great fish. Personally, of course, I'm going to love it, right? I was showing a second ago, and then it disappeared. Hold on. Is it 2 words for codename? It is. Let me show you real quick. Here is the template for it on Atomic Hub, and I'll drop this for everybody watching. There it is right there. And if you look on the market right now, there's one as cheap as $5 or 158 wax. So if you wanted to, you could pick that up and have it in your inventory. You could stake it. You could earn from it. It has pretty good returns, if I remember right. You can play it in games to possibly win additional prizes. There's not going to be any blends for it that I know of. Maybe in the future. I don't know. Could be cool to do one, but There's only... How many were in existence? Less than 200, weren't there? Yeah, 117. That's it. It's only 117 in the world. Okay, here we go. We're going to kick this game off. You guys ready? Best of luck. First place will get a 10 fish pack if I have one. If not, I may have to work out something else to bump up that prize for you. I just didn't have a chance to look and see if I had one. If you got Codename Kitty, you're also going to get 10 million woof. Fifth place is going to get a single fish pack. Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Best of luck, everybody. Oh, I thought I unmuted it. Sorry. Don't forget to use your special abilities if you have them. Exclamation point ability in the chat if you need to know what the ability for your registered fish is. There's like a 30-second cooldown between uses. If you want a little hack, you can type in your code name, your command again, and it'll tell you, hey, you gotta wait. You can't use that right now. It'll tell you the time, and you could do a little timer or something. Like right now I have 30 seconds. Give me a timer for 30 seconds. And I'll know exactly when I can kick it in, if I'm still around. And I'm not. I'm out at that point of the game. But that helps you. That might help you get all the way to first, second, third place. Or fifth. First or fifth is now what you're going for in this game. Don't forget to use exclamation point in front of it. There you go, Codesian. Pinata is what I'm using to host images. Is that what you're asking about? Yeah, Boba James, each ability still has some weaknesses. So even though you have an ability going, there might be a certain thing that can still take it out. I believe there's a chart somewhere. Yeah, IFPS, I'm using Pinata, Uga. Which is great, has been very helpful. I think I have to pay a little bit each year, but it's not bad. It's worth it for all that I'm hosting. I host a lot for all my NFTs. Uga, the problems I've run into with the images not showing, I refuse to create a template unless it will populate the image for me to see before I actually say make the template. I highly recommend you do the same because a lot of people have told me, well, just go ahead and create the template anyway. I don't trust it. It's gotta show. Nifty Blocks I've had the best luck with. Go to Nifty Blocks and try to get the image to load there by copying and pasting the hexadecimal IFPS. Refresh, try again, refresh, try again, refresh, try again until it shows. Do not hit make that template until you get it to preview. I don't trust it. I hate dead templates with a passion. So, all right, Chuck in first place. He won 2 games in a row. I never used testnet. Probably should. I never did before, but the last one I did over a week ago still hasn't. Yeah, and it won't. If it doesn't show within like a half hour, it probably is never going to show. And that sucks. I have some dead templates. Because, well, I've made a couple of mistakes, but a buddy of mine jumped in and we did a collaboration deal, and he put a bunch in, and they're all, to this day, still show no image. It's so frustrating. Like, Atomic Hub should fix that somehow. The image shows on Pinata, but it won't show on Atomic Hub or any of the other sites, and I'm not quite sure why. It could be NFT Hive, absolutely. So don't try Atomic Hub, they're the worst at getting those to show. But Nifty Blocks I've had really good luck with. You can even just post that IFPS when you're creating your template, and as long as it shows there on Nifty Blocks, I bet you money it will then immediately show on NFT Hive or anywhere else that you're using. It like kickstarts it. It like shocks it into working. I know, Dark Wacko, I still want to have that, I still want to do our like class. I just thought about it the other day, so that we could, I could walk you guys through it, and then by doing that and answering your questions, I could make a better video on how to actually set up things. But it have to be a multi-part, because you need to know how to set up your collection, how to name things, and what template, designing your template needs to be one thing, and then making your NFTs needs to be another, and then like if you want to do blends or packs, that needs to be another, because each is like its own college course. There's a lot of steps. When I make my blends and stuff on Thursdays, I usually put in at least 3 or 4 hours of artwork, followed by, I'd say about the same, about 4 hours of actually creating the NFTs, the blends, the drops, all that stuff. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of time. And it's honestly, if I could get someone, I could probably work with like NFT Blocks if they would, or more specifically with somebody like a developer, and have it streamline my process for me. I would love to do that because it is so time consuming, so many button clicks to do things that are repetitive in nature, right? I need to work with somebody to help me make that better, and then I can produce more art. But I got to make that happen first. I gotta speed things up before I can produce more art, and we got to continue selling out stuff. Okay, I'm looking up pack, and I want to see if I can find a 10 pack for Chuck. There's not a quick way to search, so I just got to come down through the packs. Anytime I've typed in a number, nothing's come up. It hasn't been helpful. These are single fish packs as well, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. There's a 25. I'm not at liberty to give away 25s except for I do some through. There we go, 10. And this is series 2.1. These are pretty highly sought after now, Chuck. Lowest on the market is $15. So consider that before you open what you do with it. This is a good price. Well, for the new ones, Hive lets me upload the image I want to use directly and use their own IPF. Same for NFT Blocks. It just doesn't tell you that, but it will also allow you to up to, I want to say like 10 megabytes per image. But you don't want those too big images. You want to go smaller in order for things to work better. You can't fix it. Once that template's created, you're hosed, man. That's the shame. That's the worst thing. You have to just create a new template. But if you've already used that template in anything, you're forever hosed. Your best bet then would be to create a new template for the same thing, but for anybody that's already gotten it, do like a blend to let them swap out the dead template for the good template. That's not going to guarantee everybody's going to do it, but at least it could get the images in there, especially if it's one you don't have many of. If you made 10 of them, minted 10, fairly easy to get 10 people to swap, to exchange. Yeah, I don't get it either. It's like once you make the template, it won't continue to look for the information. It's like we're locked in. That's it. I'm not going to change anything. It's very frustrating. Okay, Callard was first. 5th is Spawn. Spawn, you're getting a prize as well. Sorry for the delay. We got a good little side conversation there for some of us creators. Send you a single fish pack from season 4-1, series 4-1. Oh, it's one I've already sent. This happens, sorry. But Atomic Hub is struggling as of late. We can look in my wallet right now and we won't see stuff that I got 48 hours ago. So hit or miss. Like look at this right now. Maybe it's updated. But the booths that I got, okay, now one booth is showing. I got mint number 1 the other day. I'm excited about that. I have one booth showing up, but I have 2. If I now go to NFT Blocks and look at my inventory there. Again, all the same wallet. Showing the same, should be showing the same info. It's not. Look at this. Gotta go back. There's my second booth right there. So it's missing everything from this pack I won off of Las Vegas Ape Stream. It's missing showing this Cheeto Chomper, this booth, this Chucky, all of them, all the way through Homie J there, aren't showing at all on Atomic Hub. You have a Gertrude Grape Mint 10K. It's number 10,000? Are you kidding me? That's a big number. That's a big number. Okay, we're in the Twitchy Tides portion. So any questions about things you can do related to Twitchy Tides, staking, earning, staking Tide, playing Battle Bowls? We should look at Battle Bowls. Anything there? Exactly 10,000 looks neat. Yeah, that's one I'd keep. Randy C said, true, I purchased an owl shiz and it never showed up on Atomic Hub. It was so confused. Tried to buy it again and it said it didn't exist and I saw it on Nifty. Yeah, don't, I hate to be a negative Nancy, so that's not what I'm trying to do here. What I'm trying to do is just warn you, you can't trust Atomic Hub. Over the last 6 months to a year, it just hasn't been consistently functioning 100%, especially when looking at your wallet. So you just can't trust it. That's why it's good that we have options. You've got Nifty Blocks, NFT Hive, Chain Champs, and other sites that all allow you to see the contents. Even MyCloud Wallet, which is like home to your wallet. MyCloud Wallet will allow you to look at your NFTs there. Yeah, look at there. I can see NFTs here. Filter by sort newest first. I don't know that this is right. I didn't just get some of these controllers, so I don't even know what the difference of these things are. I don't know why it's showing these, so maybe don't trust this one. But there are plenty of sites to be logged into where you can look at the contents of your wallet. Do you know if there's specific plans, says Walking Miracle, to do another mega Twitchy stream like the Saturday in January? I don't know. I hope so, but I got to tell you, and Pop Paragon could be watching. If he is, he didn't have to say a word. I got to imagine from a business perspective, what he did on that Saturday really boosted the interactions in the game, but I would love to see the financials. He gave away a ton of value that day. Hundreds, if not thousands of dollars worth of stuff to those of us in the community who were able to then take that and build off of it and stake and earn and all kinds of stuff. It got me excited in a way I hadn't been about the game before, so I've been doing more. But there are plenty of people, I'm sure, that participated on that day, got a whole bunch of stuff, and then just sold it on the market. I don't know if that's good for business or not. That's his thing. He doesn't have to answer to this. It's his thing to look at and decide. If it was successful from a business standpoint, I would imagine he'll do it again. I can't fathom. I got so much stuff out of that day. At least $100, $200 worth of stuff when all's said and done. I don't know if you guys feel the same way about it, but I feel like that was a huge day of wins for me. Darth Wyko says, I transferred something to drop this AM and it's still showing up on Atomic Hub. Yeah, I don't trust Atomic Hub. Go check Nifty Blocks and see if it shows in Nifty Blocks, then your transfer didn't go through. If it doesn't show on Nifty Blocks, well, first check drop. Is it in drop? If it's in drop, you don't have to worry about anything. Just don't use Atomic Hub. I hate to say it because I love it. You see how often I go to it, but it's just not, you can't trust it. Boba James says, you mean from the time WDM took over? Yes, I do. Yes, they called me out on their Discord. I had to do one of their stupid template updates where I fill out all the information about all my templates that I want entered into the game. I hadn't done it in a while, which means I have to go and retype a bunch of information that is already on the blockchain. Makes zero sense why I have to fill out the spreadsheet. I did it. I filled out the spreadsheet. I turned it all in. It was a lot of templates because I make a lot of NFTs. I'm making like more than one a day, right, on average. They called me out on the Discord and said, whoever owns this collection, which they have access to know who owns it, don't send all your templates. We just need the newest ones. It was the newest ones. But I think it's so funny they called me out. It was the newest ones as per the last time I went through their silly fill out a spreadsheet thing. We don't need to be doing that. It makes no sense. Sometimes I can't put any fish in a battle bowl. Why is that? Great question, Comic Zombie. Let's walk through it. Hey. No, not at all. Thank you for asking. Let's go look at it on Twitchy Tide. That's a great question, Comic Zombie, because this is something people struggle with. So again, what's the first thing you should always do anytime you go to Twitchy Tide's website before you do anything else? Always go to staking, fish inventory, and make sure you don't have any purple bubbles that require you to click on them, take action. That's claiming your tide, claiming your food that has been produced by plants, feeding fish that are hungry, etc. Once you've done that, then go to battle bowls. Quick overview, what are battle bowls? Sorry, wrong spot. Battle bowls are a like side game that you guys can play with your fish that is not live on someone's stream. They are there. Each bowl is its own like arena where a game can be played, and there can be multiple in a single bowl technically. But when you come over here, if you see maroon, that means you're already entered into that game. If you don't, that means you can choose a game to enter. Now, there's a lot of factors to look at that might influence whether or not you can get into the game. I would say always start with the shorter games. If you feel like your fish, you don't have a lot of fish that are like epics and rares and super high levels, if you're just getting in, go with the smaller time window bowls first. 12 hours, 8 hours, 6 hours. This one's 12. Try that one first. Go to join. Now, from top to bottom, before we go talk about things, look at this. We know who runs the battle. We know how many fishes are in the game already. So there's slots for 140 fish. Only 48 have already agreed to play this game. Maximum 10 fish per player. Right now, the pool is 74. It still says tied, but I'm 99% sure it's aqua. I keep meaning to ask Pop Paragon about that. And there are airdrops in this one. There are some NFTs that are going to be given away. So if you get first, you get this Acrylium Shake Fin. Second, you get this food and a dungeon item. Third, you get this food. We'll close that. And then you have your fish that can participate in the game. Each fish, you'll notice, has a little bar underneath that has the green and the red. That's the amount of energy that fish has that's eligible to play in the game. If you have a 12-hour game, but you don't have any fish that have at least 12 energy, you can't play in the game. If you have a 12-hour game and you have all your fish, all mine are over 12 hours, I can play. But you notice, look, all of them are lit up. They're not grayed out or dimmed. Now what happens when I try to go into a 36-hour game. Look at all the fish that are grayed out, because none of these down here even had 36 possible energy, because they're not rare enough. They're not high enough. This one right here, Homie J, I just picked up, potential 36 energy, has the full 36 energy. That's going to reset every few days. Don't forget that. So if you can't play right now, close this, go to the top. You can see here energy resets in 2 days, 2 hours, 26 minutes, etc. At that time, all your fish that had, let's say, 28 of 36 energy available, that goes to 36 out of 36. They've got to refresh in energy every few days. You can manage energy. You can actually put food in and make that energy. So if you really want to play in a game, you can say, oh, I want to give more energy to one of my fish. So I'm going to take one food as 20 energy. I'm going to swap that. Let me confirm that. That gives me 20 more energy, and I think then you can apply the energy to certain fish. For instance, I changed these tabs right here. I went to the apply energy. I have 20 energy, and I want to give 20 energy to a fish that now I want to have 36. Let's say I want to do that I'm going to give 8 to Nessie. I have 232 energy, by the way. I hit apply. Now, if I go back to that game, that 36-hour game, and try to go in again, I should have 2 eligible fish that can go into the game. It didn't show yet. Oh. Maybe I need to refresh or something. But that fish and these should be eligible. So why is that? I get confused by this stuff too sometimes. I'm not sure why it won't let me see potentially putting those fish in. Oh, they have to be staked. Thank you. That's it. They have to be staked. Refresh is always good. Exactly. Let's try again and see. But those, I don't stake those Model X's. They're not mine. I'm just holding them until we do giveaways. Uh-oh, not even showing my fish right now. But I bet if I can get that to show, it'll be okay then. Yeah, Darth Wyko, I'm just holding those fish. Those for giveaways, they're not mine. But when it comes time to distribute those fish, then I do. I have currently, normally I'm rocking the full, I have 85 slots and I have 85 fish staked. Right now I have a few holes because today I made some moves that I didn't have time to finish up. I need to stake 4 more fish, but that's going to leave plenty of fish that I have not staked that I can use for in the future for food, I can use for blends. I have a lot of blends I could perform that I'm just waiting on to have all the elements. There's why I'd have fish that are not staked. Bubba James says, I have 220 side. There you go. So you can start between games now, between refreshes, you can take that side energy and put that back into your fish and then put them back into action in the bowls to win more prizes and aqua and stuff. I've been happily digging up a few fish here and there, and that 25 pack was super helpful. No doubt, right? That's why everyone should be playing Twitchy Tides TV. We're going over to Twitch. This is not going to be an eligible game for you guys to jump into. So for those of you without audio on, we'll know real quick. Twitchy Tides TV is running almost 24/7 now. And at any point, you can come in, you can jump in the games over here. I'm going to jump in with exclamation point chart. And if digging is enabled, sometimes the dig pool runs out until somebody can get in there and manage it. Sometimes digging is turned off as we're making changes and stuff like that. But you can come in and earn your aqua just by watching and commenting and participating in the stream. But you can also dig every once in a while. Every 15 minutes, you can dig if you have enough H2O, which is earned only through watching the stream here, right? You dig up a lot of holes. There's a lot of things you don't get, right? But it's about constantly trying. There's commands like you can go dig info and you can see like what's in the game. Not Doug info. I know you guys can't read this because it's trimmed off slightly there. Let me see if I can just change the window size. Yeah, so I put in dig info and it came back and said, oh, I still didn't type it right. Jeebus. How am I struggling so bad? Dig info. There you go. Okay, so there's 1,115 assets in the dig pool. It costs 50 H2O to dig with a 25% chance of success. So 1 out of 4 digs, you're going to get something. That could be a single food. That could be a pack. That could be one of the exclusive fish that you can only win by participating in these digs. And that is the true power of this, is getting fish. Those fish usually have like a $3, $4, $5 value right off the bat, sometimes more. And you can only get them through playing on Twitchy Tides TV. You can't buy them at retail, as it were. You can only buy them on the secondary market. You could get a 25 fish pack. That's huge. That's worth like 40, 50 bucks right there. Who knows what you're going to pull out of it. There's going to be a lot of single foods. That's going to help keep you alive. There's some 10 foods, all kinds of stuff you can win, but you got to go in and play. So what I do throughout the day while I'm working, I keep this window buried somewhere open. So I'm earning. I go in every once in a while, see what's going on, chat with somebody if something good's happening. I set a timer on my watch for 15 minutes. I go to work. I get a little buzz. I go over, I type in dig. I reset the timer on my watch. Takes like 10 seconds to do all that. Go back to work, do my thing, and you'd be surprised how quick 15 minutes would go by. I just got food. I didn't even see what I got. I thought it was a hole. Oh, that was the dig info. I read it wrong. No, I dug up a hole on that one. A hole means you just got nothing, but that's fine. That's going to happen. You can't give away a prize every single time. It just doesn't make any sense, right? But now we come back and I'll show you guys. If we look at my inventory, I got a 10 pack of fish just yesterday. So like these fish, starting with Abe Lincoln all the way through to Lamont. No, Lamont was an individual one I got. Through Neon Scuba Shred, those were 10, and I already used some of those for blends. I got a Lamont recently. I got a Chucky recently. I got 2 booths recently, including Mint number 1. I've gotten enough of the Snarky Sharks to be able to upgrade to 2, or blend up to 2 Cheeto Chompers, which my next move will then be to go to blends. I just want to make sure Snarky Sharky wasn't going to get me any more bonuses in the game, which it doesn't seem like it's going to. So now I can upgrade from Cheeto Chomper to Mr. Giggles. That's going to require 1,500 tide additionally, but that's going to give me a very rare fish. Mr. Giggles, if we look it up, Mr. Giggles is only 25 of in the world so far. I think that's all there will be, but so far. That is a limited epic fish. Limited epics, I don't know exactly what they're going to give you in return, but when we come back over and get them staked back on Twitchy Tides, I can look at others. Limited epic. There you go. The Nessie's Night Storm is one of them. 0.27 tide per hour that I'll be earning from that one. So just by spending that little bit of time, you can go in and dig all day. You don't even have to pay attention to what you won. And then when you have some time later on in the day, come back and look at all that you won and go, oh, let me open my packs. Let me burn that food so I can use it. Let me do the blends that I've got sitting in, the elements I've got sitting in my wallet that I need to do blends with. Yo, what's up, Linder? How are you now? Yo, oh no, Linder. You should be able to watch it again if that happens. We saw it over the weekend and I really enjoyed it. I won't say it's one of the best Marvel movies I've ever seen, but I did enjoy it. I wanted a Marvel movie. I'm more excited about Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four later this year in that order. Thunderbolts, very excited, but Fantastic Four, really high, super excitement level. So hopefully you'll get a chance to go back again. Darth Wacko says, I can't wait to finally dig a 10 or 25 pack. I've gotten a ton of food and single fish. Dude, I've gotten one 25 pack and like 2 10s, and I've been stoked. I've been so happy. Right, Chuck? Fantastic Four. I can't wait. Comic Zombie says, I've been collecting holes. Yeah, but you know what? If you look, while you're over there on the, if you go to dig stats, type in dig stats, you'll see that most people are about in the same success rate. Out of 455 attempts, I've dug something successfully 141 times, and that's about a 31% success rate. If everybody went and typed in dig stats right now, you'd see that most people are averaging between 25 to 35% success rate as advertised by the site. Let's see, anybody else over there now can do digs? There we go. Darth Wacko just did it. You're at 25%. So you're probably going to do better here in the upcoming days than you have done, because you're pretty much as low as it goes right now. Sorry, but it's going to do better. Now, you can also increase your likelihood, which I have done, and that's why my percentage is higher. Because if there's a fish stated over on the right that gives you a bonus during the game, you will have a better chance. You can get up to 10% boost. So I could get up to 35% success rate during those times, which is going to give me a better chance to pull that 25 pack, that 10 pack, etc. It was the Snarky Sharky, but I think that may have ended today. I'm not sure if there is a 10% boost right now. Normally it's posted right here. I don't think, is there a command that'll tell you? Comic Zombies at 34%. Thank you, Walking Miracle, for trying. Yeah. So make sure you pay attention to those things too. I wish there was a command does anybody know if there is any other commands? One that would tell you like what the dig bonus is. Let's see. What if I type in dig bonus? So ADDE811, if you're here watching the stream, click on that link that just came up and make sure you get your Wax wallet address linked to your Twitch, and then you're good to go. Super simple. Bubba James at 32%. Chucky says the boosts have changed a bit. 5% for the dig fish, 5% for a legendary, 5% for a grail, up to 15%. Oh, now let me see. Is that information somewhere where we could look over it? Let me go back over here so we're not confusing people. Let me see if it's in Discord, because I wouldn't know where else to look. The Discordio, that's what I was afraid of. We'll go over there and see what we can find. That's good to know. That's really good to know. So let's look and see. Control T will let me search to find, because I can't look down the side. They're not in alphabetical order. Don't get me started. Sorry, I'll shut up now. I'm looking under announcements, but that may not be right. Tell me where to go if that's not the place to look. Wait, there's a hashtag TwitchyTidesTV. Does that tell us the changes? No, nothing's been posted in there for days, so I'll go back to announcements. It's very possible, Boba James. Posted in general. Okay, let's go to general. Where the frick is general? There it is. Let's see. I'm looking. And I know you can tell that the conversation's going on, but I'm trying to find if there was an explanation specifically somewhere that said it all. Oh my God. Some crazy stuff listed in there. And I don't see it, but if somebody knows, has the definition, the description of how that works, search 5% in the top right. 5%. Okay, search for 5%. New dig booster setup is active. New dig booster setup is active. Plus 5% catch of the week. So that's the bonus fish, as I called it. Plus 5% legendary and plus 5% grail. So do you have to have that particular fish staked in a certain way? Meaning owner of the server? Or you just have to have a single legendary and a single grail. Do I have any legendaries? I don't have any legendaries. Got to work at that. So you could get up to 15%. That grail, a few of you have. That's amazing if you have a legendary. I don't have any. Let's look at... let's go to... Funny enough, this part usually works just fine, but looking at your own wallet doesn't. If we go to Twitchy Tides, template, filter... by rarity, legendary. Well, these are not easy to get. I know that. Yeah, look, there's the newest one is the King Claw. There's 31 of those in existence right now. You got the Lamborghini, 190 of those. Tank Knight, 253 of those, and the Ironfish Craig, there's 85 of those. So you're talking like, is that 440, 520, 550 to 600 total fish that are eligible. It's not for older legendaries. Thank you for that. So it's only King Claw at the moment. The Grail has to be the most recent. And I saw, that's great. That's such fun art. It looks like Mardi Gras. For some reason, it reminds me of Mardi Gras. Yeah, Walking Miracle, that's come up before, and I know we told Pop Paragon about that, and he went and edited some of the fish, some of the pack descriptions. But you know what you can do? If you look at the Twitchy Tides templates, see if this still holds true. Scroll down to where the newest packs were created. And from the packs, like here's 4 packs here that were created around that time, it has these items, certain of these items in it that were created just before the pack. It's not guaranteed. That's not all right. So it's a little confusing, but you can at least get a ballpark idea. Like, well, I know these are available through blends. Those aren't right. But most of these other ones, like these are available in packs. You do that now. Good. Okay, let's look at that particular legendary. How do we get it? If we want to get a 5% boost, right? First thing I'd do is go to blending, because I think I saw it in blending. Keep in mind there's these blends and there's the Nifty Blocks blends. Keep in mind there's occasionally breeds, but here we go. Here, right there. Series 4 Epic to King Claw. Let's select this one so we get more information. You need a Gobbler Goblin, a Luna, a Dot, and a Phineas Fury. I have 2 of the 4. Now, I would like to get this legendary if it's going to give me a 5% boost in Twitchy Tides all the time. And then if I want to get another Luna or a Dot, I can. So I need to get a Gobbler Goblin and a Phineas Fury. Well, let's go back a page. Do I need to blend to get those? Usually the answer is yes, and you can find them. Here we go. Gobbler Goblin. To get that, I need a Flo, a Rocco, a Sako, and a Karen. Right? You keep doing that. Yeah, I got Rocco and Flo. I need a Sako and a Karen. Let me go back a page. Where's Karen and Sako? I believe for those, they're in a different spot. It can be a little confusing, but you really just need this spot and then go over to Nifty Blocks. Go to Nifty Blocks, go to Twitchy Tides, go to Blends. Yeah, see? Chucky knows. But for those of you who aren't used to this, you can find the information. You got to do a little drill down, right? I would love to be able to help people better understand this. So like after we do this today, it would be fun to take this and make a Twitter post out of it that says, hey, looking to get this legendary? Here's what you need. And maybe do a little thread that is helpful. It's a lot of cost/benefit will blending some away cost you too much in Tide utility? Yeah, you got to constantly analyze these for yourself. But knowing how much I play the Twitchy Tides TV and what I've gotten out of it, that 5% boost could be very helpful. Plus the fish that we'll get, that king crab legendary, is going to give me some nice return in my staking. Right? So again, I have to do a lot of math there, but if I'm staking enough and claiming and earning, and it might make a lot more sense to have it. I tell you who's better at estimating that is Las Vegas Ape. He knows his stuff. I needed a Sacco and a Karen, right? So what's a Karen going to cost me if I go to this blend? Karen, I knew it, a Squirt, a Wiggles, a Puddles, a Chummy. So while keeping this open so I can double check, make sure. Oh, that was the wrong spot. Make sure that I need that Karen. Come back over here. I just want to double check before I pull any triggers to make sure I get this gobbler goblin. Yeah, I still need a Karen. I've got all the elements I need to make a Karen. So I'll do the blend. I'm sure someone could create a utility that would help us better understand if it makes the most sense to do these things or not. But I feel like blending up eventually always pays off. I could be wrong, but I think it always does. Then I also need a Sacco. And for Sacco, I think I need the exact same things. Yep. I'm fine with that, Autumn's Choice, but thank you for the reminder. Yep. So we got Squirt, Wiggles, Puddles, Chummy. I've been doing a lot of blending lately of some of my lower commons and uncommons to get these. I need another Sacco to make this happen, so let me blend. And now that I've done that, if I come back over and refresh this page, it should show that I have all the elements necessary to make a gobbler goblin. It'll take a second to refresh. Before I move forward, there you go. You're welcome. Before I do any of that blending, though, let me go back a step. I need that gobbler goblin. What else do I need? Let me figure out if and I probably should have done all this beforehand. Make sure I don't get ahead of myself. I'll need a Phineas Fury. I imagine Phineas Fury is going to require some of the same stuff, but let's take a look. There he is. Phineas Fury. Yeah, it's the same ones. So I'll need to do all 4 of those again if I want to do this. Blending is good. Best to blend if you have run out of room in your tank, says Chucky. Yeah, which I always have to keep that in mind. Autumn's Choice says, Sully, don't forget. Oh, I read that. It's going to cost me. I get it. Misty said, if I stake 1,000 Tide, how much can I take out to do some blends? I would recommend you don't take out any, Misty. I would say leave it in and leave it staked because you're constantly earning food and you're going to constantly need food. Let that money work for you, kind of like if you took your money and put it into a stock that paid dividends, right? You're going to constantly get that money from the dividends. Even if the stock's not performing all that great, you're still going to get paid, right? And you have to wait to take any Tide out once you stake it. It's locked for 30 days. I wouldn't say be taking money in and out of there. To me, it doesn't make any sense. Instead, take your wax that you might have and convert that to Tide, then use that Tide. Or wait and just make sure that you're feeding your fish and you're taking that Tide that they earn. The more of these times you blend up and you get your Tide production per hour up, the more Tide you're earning. I was at 1,300 and something yesterday. I'm already at 1,571 today, through almost entirely just through my fish. Maybe 2 days ago, it was 13 something. But you may have to just wait a day or two to get enough Tide to go do your thing. Yeah, but don't forget, you can convert wax to Tide very easily. It has, in price lately, it has gone up. It's cost, you get less Tide for your wax. But that may make the most sense. You can also, look, I'm not one for flipping, but you could look at this as all as a game. It is, but all as an investment. You could be playing in the Twitchy Tides TV. You can maybe score yourself a Tide, a 10 pack or a 25 pack instead of opening that. Maybe you take that, you sell it on the market, you take that money, you take the wax, then you convert that to Tide and you put that back in the game. You got to decide what makes most sense for you. Bubba James, I thought about this. He said, the Tank of Love breeding tank, an account or wallet can only stake one of these, question mark. You were asking about this the other day, and I think ultimately you found out that a breeding tank can only be one per person. I was wondering if there was a way to know that for sure. One of the things I wanted to look at was, does the breeding tank description give us anything? So I'm looking at the breeding tank description. It says it is burnable, but not transferable. It's right there in the description. That's a good sign right there. You can't guarantee it. That's right, Walking Miracle. But when it comes to packs at 10 and 25, I think there's a high likelihood you can sell it, but you may have to come down on your price. Because there's those of us like, I think packs are a great way for me to increase things in my collection, getting some of those little pieces I need to do the blending. So I'll watch the packs. Occasionally I'll jump on a 25 or a 10 on the secondary market. So yeah, Boba James, that's another thing to take to Pop Paragon that we might need to ask about. Maybe there's something that can be done, but I would be very careful whenever you're going to go buy something you're unsure of. And I didn't think about this when we were discussing it the other day. I would have told you. I thought about it later. The transferable thing has to be put into each NFT if it is transferable or not. The fact that it's not transferable lets you know, hey, if I buy this, I'm stuck. I can't do anything with it. I wish I had thought to tell you that the other day, but I didn't. Does it say max 1 on the Twitchy site? Well, let's look and see. Utility or game shop. Let's go down to breeding tank. There it is. Yep, does say max 1 per wallet right there in red. I didn't know that, but it does say there. Max 1 per wallet, yeah. Sorry that I didn't tell you that, Boba James. I didn't even think to look. Yeah, I don't think there's anything in the contracts, and this is not just Twitchy Tides. This goes to the Wax contracts on the Wax blockchain. I don't think there's anything set up that will allow that is a feature set that says if a person owns one, they can't buy another. It might be something that can be coded here on the website to check your wallet and see if you already have one and limit you from buying another, but I don't know for sure that that's possible. That's good to know too, Autumn's Toys. Yeah, you can upgrade your breeding tank. Unfortunately, these are how we learn some lessons. How much is a breeding tank? Did you have to spend? You spent 375 aqua on it? Dang. I wish there was some way you could transfer it to somebody else, but they are non-transferable. That way, if you have stuff in your breeding tank, you don't transfer it over to them, and then there's the problem of the ownership of those other NFTs. I think that's what the problem is. Could be wrong. This is exactly why I try to say that all the time. This was one of those things. And to be fair, when Boba James asked me, I wasn't near my computer. I probably would have come to it at the time and looked and would have been like, oh, wait, look, right here it says it. You know, I mean, we can overlook these things. Oh, good, Boba James. I'm glad. Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame. But these things do happen on a beta game where we're all learning from. I think the right feedback provided, the coders, the developers might be able to go in and make it where if you own one, you can't buy another. Maybe. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Ape has blends set up on Nifty that limit how many I can blend. Not sure about purchases. Yeah, gotcha. I mean, we got to learn from one another, too. We got to ask the questions. I always say don't do things in too much of a hurry, because you can learn the hard way. I certainly have. But sometimes it's hard to know where do I really go ask the question. Do I feel comfortable in a Discord or another group asking for fear that I'm going to be called silly names and stupid and people are not going to just be helpful like they could be? That's always an issue. Yeah, so I need to do a little more research before I blend all the way up to my legendary. But with a 5% bonus in the Twitchy Tides website or Twitchy Tides TV, I might want to do it. I might really want that 10% bump instead of 5%. Let me dig again. I like that it's showing on screen what people get. I dug another hole, so I'll get the worm come down in just a second. Yeah, there's a lot of little things at play that weave together in ways where, like, you have to make decisions on how do I spend my aqua, how do I spend my tide, do I need to go buy more tide, should I stake my tide? Like, that's true here, that's true all throughout these different games and activities. You know, like even with my stuff, I occasionally go back to old NFTs. Do you want to sell those or you want to hold on to them? You know, I'd love to give you the opportunity to do something with them, but again, it's pretty complicated to do so. And it gets complicated. Like I say, hey, I'm going to include this old NFT in a new blend. And then you're going to be like, well, where did I get that old NFT? And I'm going to go, well, if I'd have done a better job explaining that before, we'd all know. But I don't even remember, so I got to go back and do some research. It can be very tricky. Have you heard the worm talk? Oh yeah, I've heard it. It's funny. It is really good. Oh, interesting. Yeah, people can make offers even if it's non-transferable. That's interesting. I didn't know that. You choose to go with the tide. Is that a play on words? Or you literally just mean I choose to take the tide? I don't know with you half the time. But anyway, do your research, ask your questions. You got to constantly be interacting in order for this to work the best for you. Once upon a time, Wombat Dungeon Master was very similar to that and would pay out in healthy ways that made it fun for us. And I would be in there regularly doing my digs or going into the dungeon, all that stuff. And then it became not worth it anymore through all the hassles and that stuff. And so I got out of it. And now I see that a lot of the stuff that I had that was worth hundreds of dollars is worth tens. And the stuff that I had was worth $20 is worth like $1.50. That game just fell off. I hope that doesn't happen with Twitchy Tides. Pop Paragon's working very hard to make sure that it doesn't. We got a lot of good people invested in the future of this thing. Yo, what's up, Tech? How are you now? Sorry for my tardiness. You're not tardy, sir. You're good. Okay, we went all the way to 2, gang. It's 2. I was going to play some games, but not a lot of opportunity because we had some great conversations. I'm not mad. I'm just saying. First week working at the bicycle factory, and already they've made me the spokesperson. You get me half the time when I'm reading it and go, oh, you got a new job. No, I'm an idiot. Yeah, big time, Boba James. They used to be super helpful, but I think, I could be wrong here, but I think they lost the support of most of their streamers, and that's part of it. I did the same with Dimension X NFT, and then they decided to no longer build up the game, moved on to a different project. Isn't that a shame? I don't think Pop Paragon's going anywhere anytime soon. I can't speak for him. I bet he would say that, but I can't speak for him. I absolutely think he is invested in the long-term behavior and performance and return of this game. He's going to be building it. He's going to be changing it. Nothing is forever. It is in beta. It's going to change. Some of the changes will be to our benefit. Some might be against us. But that's why we constantly have to be learning and participating. I think you can jump in occasionally and still enjoy the game, but the more you play in it, the more you get out of it. Poppin' Stock says, I think the Twitchy Tides, Faded, LVA communities are a great fun circle of projects right now to be in. I agree. There's a lot of fun stuff going down. I need to figure out how to be a better part of all that myself. I don't know the answer right now. I don't know the answer. Yeah, Las Vegas Ape has read about the Twitchy Tides boss ratings. Twitchy Toss. That does sound very interesting. I can't wait to find out more about it, but I'm not so much a learn by reading, more learn by jumping in there and doing. So I can't wait till that launches. Yeah, I agree with Poppin' Stock. There's a lot of fun stuff going on, and Las Vegas Ape is just like rooted right in the middle of all of it, which is why I really recommend his streams. He's so good at the education part, which is such an important part of all these projects. I've tried to talk to Drop and the Funko team a few times, and I mean this when I say, like, I am invested in that future as much as anything, and I want to help the community. And by to do that means they need to help promote my stuff, and I need to build my audience. And we could work with one another. I even offered to jump on calls and stuff before, but they said they're, wait until the right opportunity. I'm waiting. But if we wait too long, that may not work out. Drop could be gone. The bottom could fall out of those NFTs. I think we got to onboard as many people and educate as many people as quickly as possible and get them in there so you're selling out all the time. And I think I think, because I just saw his name in the chat, I think Pop Paragon's doing a great job of bringing more people on by utilizing streaming, because streaming on Twitch and Wax somebody said this the other day, they pair together like peanut butter and jelly. I totally agree. And there's so much good stuff that comes from live streaming and these games, because people can help explain and educate and help each other. And I don't know, like, you guys probably play a little more whenever I bring it up on stream than you are on the other days. I could be wrong. When does the new season start? Don't know. That might be a question for the Discord. Coming soon, I assume. I heard Las Vegas Ape say a couple of weeks ago he thought we were getting close to the new season, but I don't know. Is there a way to tell which fish to blend for? The same 4 items can blend for 3 different fish. Well, you got to decide what you want, Misty. Like, for instance, I was just looking at this and having that problem myself, right? If I go to blending, I know right now one of my goals is just changed to be a legendary. I want to make a legendary. So I want to do this King Claw. I was about to blend up to Cheeto Chomper, but I'm going to wait on that now because I think the legendary will benefit me more. So if I look at King Claw here, look, I already have 2 of these. Technically, I just made these other 2, but they're not showing up yet, which they will shortly. What do I want to do? Do I want to... Oh, no, I hadn't done it yet. That's right. I still need Gobbler Goblin and Phineas Fury. Well, and if I know I need those, I just reverse engineer. I work backwards. Okay, now I go to Gobbler Goblin. I really need that one. So what do I need to make him happen? There he is. I know. But the components to make him and her, both of which I need, are the same. So technically, I need 2 of each. They're basically equal, in my opinion, right now. The need for these 2 is pretty much the same for me. It doesn't matter which one I do first as long as I'm going to do the other one as well. But what I need to do is go down a level further and go, okay, I'm going to need another Karen, another Sako, another Rocco, another Flo. So let me go back. How did I blend to Karen? What components are needed for that since I have to do it again? Let's go back to Karen. Oh, she's over on Nefty Blocks or Sako. I need these guys, Squirt, Wiggles, Puddles, Chummy. Well, I got 3 there. That's good. Only 1 there. I'm going to need more Wiggles. 2 Puddles, 2 Chummy. So I'm going to need another Wiggles and probably 1 more each of those. You just got to reverse engineer it. And maybe it helps to draw that out on paper. Maybe it helps to build a spreadsheet. Maybe you just plug away and do a little bit at a time until you can go, okay, this is exactly what I need. If I need to buy those NFTs on the secondary market, that'll cost me like $7.50 total. Or maybe I only need 2 more NFTs, but I don't want to pay too much. Let me put an offer in on those and wait. Or maybe I set up chain champs and watch to see if anybody posts a new one. There's 100 ways you could go at this stuff. But you got to be willing to learn and willing to use your tools. I think that's the most important part. Oh, Miss Jessie Star, I did get it. Yes, I haven't opened it yet, but I did get it. You said there was food in there, so I'll probably open it. I can open it on stream so we can show everything off in just a minute. Maybe that'll be what we close out on. But I forgot to open it with Kelly last night, which I'm sorry about. Randy C said, my girlfriend complains that I never buy her flowers. I didn't even know she sold flowers. That's good. I like that one. Tech said, Twitchy Tide's question, when I'm staking Tide, sorry. I know I get food every day. I can claim from it, but in 30 days when I get my Tide back, does my Tide gain any interest? You don't get it back in 30 days. You can opt to take it out in 30 days, if that makes sense. So looking at what you're talking about, staking, Tide staking, unstake locked. And for me, that means for 17 days, 18 hours, 36 minutes, 25 seconds, I can't take the Tide out. But once the unstake is unlocked, my Tide still stays in there. I can choose to take it out at that point, though. They're just putting a 30-day window on the fact that when you put it in, you can't take it out right away. They don't want people taking it in and out all the time. So you'll continually earn food from it if you leave it in. You just need to come in every day or every couple of days, whatever, and claim the food that's been produced. And then when that unlock period opens up, if you want to, you can take it out. But you don't have to. And I don't think it'll automatically come out. Sorry, hold on. I'm going back up, and going back up in chat has become difficult with this new crap. Keeps jumping on me. Chucky, you earn food, not additional Tide. That's right. Darth Wyko says you're a great unofficial spokesperson for Drop. That it's perplexing they haven't brought you on in some official capacity. It's kind of silly, honestly. Honestly, if I had to guess, I would guess that either someone internally has said you can't work with Sully directly for whatever reason. I don't know what that would be, either because he was a former employee and we think he might be bitter, or because he said something one time on a stream. Nobody will tell me, so I don't know. Or they're given a budget. I think this is more likely. I think they're given a budget for marketing, and they go apply that budget by working with the people on social channels like TikTok and Instagram stories and whatnot. And they're working with Top Pops and Wasatch and a couple others because they're literally paying them to go do something. It's a sponsored post. I have offered repeatedly that let's jump on a call. Let's chat here. Let's whatever. I'm not even asking for money. I simply want more people to learn, and I want the exposure to build my audience. But we can't even have those chats. They don't want to. I don't understand it. They did tell me this last time, when the opportunity arises, we'll reach out. And I was like, okay, great. I'll wait for the right opportunity. I've always been told, be bold, ask for what you want, be persistent. I've done that. It hasn't worked out in this case, and it's a shame to me. Because I feel like there's so much we could benefit on from helping one another. And they would make so much more money if more people were educated in all this. But it hasn't been the case. There you go, Misty. Yeah. Draw it out on paper. Do whatever helps you understand it. I keep forgetting to ask, says Boba James, but did my past box game and Extra Life wheel spins ship? No, I have a whole batch of stuff I've got to ship. Hopefully I'll get to do that in the next week. Chucky, 1,000 tied staked equals 1,000 tied back when you unstake. Yes. And I didn't finish that second part of that. Tied isn't earning you interest while staked, but tied has gone up in value from 2 weeks ago. So the value of Tide fluctuates. And if you want to then, after your 30-day window, take the Tide out and exchange it back to wax, you can. And it might be worth more wax than you put in the beginning. It might be worth less. Right now, I think having as much Tide staked in the game as we do has meant that there's less Tide in people's wallets that they had to spend. Therefore, they got to go buy more Tide, which I have done. Which has therefore created more demand. And the supply is still the same, which has therefore increased the price in Tide. We could have a little bubble in 30 days and things change if people don't like what they're getting. But personally, I'm sold on, I've just prepaid for my food for basically lifetime. If they just consistently gave you a pack or two to give away the contents of, I feel like you would gain much of your audience. It would be a great way to work together without them spending a dime. Think about it, when they have a burn of 40, 50, 60% on some of these drops, why? They could do some giveaways with some of that. There is always the concern. If I were them, I'd be like, we don't want to give away too many packs, because then people count on maybe winning a pack and don't want to spend the money. The demand stays higher if we don't do many giveaways, and that makes sense. But if they got right to burn time and then said, okay, we're about to burn, we're going to do this anyway, let's put aside 50 packs. It's not much. And then we'll give those to a few folks who are doing streaming and stuff, and they can give one away and keep one for themselves, or they can give them all away or do whatever they want. I think it would be a great way to help me build my audience while helping educate people, but that's up to them. It's up to them. The one time he said slippery, we just can't risk it. I just got another one in a pack yesterday. Texas, that's a good way to see it. With my plants and steak Tide, I have more than enough food forever. Exactly, right? I think I've found the perfect balance. We'll see if that continues. As I increase my fish in their rarity, they're going to need more food. But then maybe I don't have to stake as many fish. Like, I don't need to stake those 0.0323 per hour fish. Maybe I just stake the big ones, and I'm earning plenty of Tide without having to feed as many fish. Now, of course, those 0.0323, they don't need as much food to survive. So you got to do the math, right? What if you could only win a pack by buying at least one pack? They've done some stuff like that before with Drop, right? Where if you cracked a pack, that was an entry for a chance to win a pack. I think that's a great idea. I think it's a great idea. I just think you have to be careful with giveaways. They're very powerful in building an audience, but you can dilute the value of the main thing if you give away too much. You have to be very careful. Autumn's Toy says, yeah, I'd add more and more Tide every day if I wasn't using it for blends. I earn a little over 400 Tide a day and still can't keep up with the blitz. Same. It's a good thing for the token. Absolutely right. You get it. Autumn's Toys understands. Misty said, but do we need to claim the food daily? I want to see how much food I would earn in the 30-day. That math's pretty simple. All you got to do is look at, here's your daily rewards. 17.3283 multiplied by 30. Bingo, you got your answer. That's what you're going to earn every day. You don't have to take it every day, but if you need a Tide right now and that's built up to an amount, take it. Unless you stake more, this amount is not going to change that you're earning. I did stake. I started with 5,000, and then I added a little bit more, so I increased this amount slightly. But you can literally take the daily rewards, multiply by 30, and that's what you get in a 30-day window. Chucky says you have to claim. I didn't think you did. But do you have to claim every day? Okay. Can somebody else confirm that for me, that you have to claim daily? I thought you could let it build up and then claim. Meaning you have not claimed for 4 days and it's built up to a larger amount, Autumn's Toys? Is that what you mean? Caesar points out, and this is a good note, that's only the first month. We may not, I think we're going to earn at a lower rate in future months. So this may go down to like 8, 9, 10 food. I may need to stake more at that point to earn more. I don't think it resets. I think it accumulates. Darth Wacko says they need drop ambassadors in the streaming social media space to bring in people. Limited giveaways would be a good jump for drawing in new people. I agree. But what would be more important, and again, they watch these occasionally, and I hope they don't think I'm just a total a-hole. What needs to happen to get to more people is bigger than streamers and YouTube content creators, etc. The brands that do the licenses with Funko and Drop need to be advertising these NFT drops. It's not, I don't think it's Funko and Drop's fault, other than when they make a deal with like Pixar, somewhere in that contract it needs to say that they will also advertise on this Twitter account, this Instagram account, at least once or twice or 3 times. Just post it in front of the audience in which they have built up that wants that product. Even if you have, let's talk Toy Story. Let's talk Toy Story. I can't get over, and I know Disney doesn't want to be part of this conversation, that's why, so they may be a bad example. But let's look at Toy Story. Does it have its own account? Huh. Hey, I'm jealous. This Toy Story has 123,000 followers. I don't even know if this is an official one. It probably isn't. But if there's an official Toy Story, there might be. I don't know. If not, there's Disney. There's Pixar. Let's look at Pixar. 11.7 million followers. 11.7 million followers. If only 5% of all of those people even clicked on the link and looked at it, that's 585,000 people that would learn at least a little bit about this drop from Funko for Toy Story. And then if even 1% of those people actually pursued it any further, that's 5,850 people that might buy a pack. And even if they only bought one pack at $9.99, that's $58,000. And I'm going as pretty much as low as you could possibly go on these percentages. I think you could do better. They stand to make hundreds of thousands of dollars in sales and bring on people that will continually buy in on the NFTs, at least for certain licenses, if they could just get the accounts for their partners to actually... No, we want that, Randy. We want that. You're looking at it in one way, and that's, oh dang, it's going to be a little harder to get packs. I want those packs to sell out. I want the packs I fight for to have more value. Boba, I am very confused by this CPU thing with you. I don't understand it one bit. I honestly don't think you need to be putting more into it. I don't know what the problem is. Maybe somebody else could figure it out. It's above my head for sure. Got to ensure there's still packs in the future. I think what you mean is we got to ensure that they continue to make NFTs and that there are future drops in the future. If that's what you mean, then absolutely right. Yo, BG Dub, what's happening? You need my wallet? Oops. If we're talking wax, it's that. I keep having to invest a little more CPU each time. I don't think it is. You think it is, BG Dub? Can you help explain it for us? Pop and Stock says they should send 50 standard packs to the managers of that community to raffle out. Even the people not winning would have curiosity to look into it and possibly buy packs. I 1,000,000% agree. If you build any product, there are samples. for the marketing team. Funko's done it forever. We used to give them out through giveaways on the social channels, and that's how we help build social channels with 1 million+ followers. They stopped doing a lot of that, and a lot of people fell off. It'd be a great way to bring them back in. But to finish, giveaways are great. Advertising with their partners is great. Just advertising on the Funko social accounts would be huge. It doesn't get better than that, and they're not utilizing them, but every once in a while. I hit no every time Twitchy alerts me for CPU. Where are you getting those alerts, Walking Miracle? Yeah, BG Dub, Boba James, maybe BG Dub can help you? There's no harm in giving him your Wax wallet. He can look on the back end and maybe has a better understanding of what he's looking at than I do. But I just can't, I don't understand why CPU would constantly be a problem for you. It doesn't make any sense to me. When you're staking, hold on, now I'm still confused. So you're saying on the Twitchy Tides website, when you go in to perform basic functions, you're getting a CPU error here on this website. Somebody confirm that for me. Because let's look at this while you guys are doing your thing. Nefty block. Wax block. Never had this issue. But what's interesting is I don't have that much CPU staked, I don't think. So I'm looking at my resources right now. Oh, I do have a lot of CPU staked. Oh. Yep, because that's the wax that I have staked on my cloud wallet. This is why I don't have this issue. I forgot. We learned this last year, and I wish I'd known it in the very beginning. We don't talk about it much here. But if you go to my cloud wallet and you go to staking rewards, you have this staking information area. And if you stake CPU, you can earn staking CPU. So I actually recommend, if you have the ability to put aside some money and stake it, you can earn from that. And I don't know if you know that you're earning from it right now. This may help you, Boba James, than anybody else. But if you go to this area, my cloud wallet staking rewards, and I can drop the link in here for all of you to look at. Go into this area every few days and go to stake, vote, and earn. Now, I've got a bunch of CPU staked. I've got 24,000 wax staked right now. It's a lot, I know, and I did it on purpose because I'm earning estimated 8.42% APR on this wax all the time. Every few days, all you have to do is come in, claim any rewards, which you may already have if you'd ever staked and put in for this vote before. You claim it, you earn it, and then you want to make sure you keep this vote strength at 100%. Don't ask me to explain all this voting stuff. I still don't understand it. I just know I need to do it. All you got to do is select a proxy. That's somebody who's going to vote on things happening on Wax. Someone recommended to me to go with this SXAH4.wham. I go in and vote every 3-4 days and make sure this is at 100. So I'm earning constantly on the CPU I have staked. But if you don't vote, if you don't pick anything on this vote and it goes down to 0, you no longer earn wax rewards. It has a really horrible decay calculation. Short story votes 2 weeks old are worth a smidge of new votes. Yeah, I constantly, every 2-3 days, I go in here. I'm earning, I don't know, like 20 wax every 3 days that I claim. And then if I wanted to, I could restake it. But if you can, I think if you can just get enough wax staked in there, I don't know what the minimum would need to be to not give you any problems. But let's say you could get 2,000 wax staked. I don't even, what is 2,000 wax these days? Like $60, something like that? I don't even know. I'd have to do the math. You would do away with your errors, but you'd also be earning rewards. Yes, you can see that you have it staked. All right, 500 to 1,000 is enough for most people. But Boba James and everybody else, don't forget to go into this area regularly. Staking rewards, stake, vote, and earn. And make sure that this is maxed at 100%. If you don't go back to the site for 2 weeks, a month, whatever, it's going to go down to 0, and then your earnings stop. You might as well be earning something. This is better than any bank account's going to give you. Might as well be earning something. Okay, so once a week it goes from 100 to 94. So you got a pattern down of you going in and revoting. Nice. It's also an anchor, wax block, pretty much everywhere. Perfect. Wish this had the automated function of how you can get Nefty on Nefty block. Well, you don't get much there. At least it doesn't have much value. At least over here, imagine I'm earning 20 wax every 3 days, right? Imagine if wax goes to, and this never happened in our lifetime, it seems right now, but it's possible. Nice, BGW at 41 wax a day. Imagine that wax goes to dollar value. Something could happen that can make that. It's unlikely, but it could. If it went to $1 and I didn't touch that wax I had staked, I just used the wax that I have in my wallet that's unstaked, and I'm earning $20 every 2 or 3 days. That's a pretty nice little return that I could then put back in to stake more and more and more. And it just grows and grows and grows and compounds and gets bigger and bigger and bigger. I mean, there is a chance that in the future, one day, wax could be worth $1. The right game comes on, the Funko stuff blows up even bigger, the right person talks about it. Yeah, the proxy voting, exactly that. Make sure you're going in there regularly. Pick one of the proxy votes, which is a person who's actually going to vote for changes on the Wax blockchain on your behalf. They can't spend your money or anything. That's not how that's working. I was told to pick this SXAH4.wham, which if you just type in SX, which I remember because it's very similar to a word that we all know, just missing a letter in the middle. 6, of course. SX, and then just vote. Pick them and vote. And you can do that people are saying once a week is fine. I know, that's what I'm saying, Red Ranger. Mr. Beast could literally say, we're getting into NFTs for a new game. Exactly, BG Dub. That's what I said in different words, but you're right. At least I think I did. I could be wrong. But if Mr. Beast got involved, if Snoop Dogg, who's already been into NFTs, decided he wanted to do a game, and somebody said, well, the only way to do that effectively is to go to Wax, and he's like, all right, let's do it, and for shizzle, and then we get it. If a Kardashian, they probably would never do this, they'd be an ETH, but there are a million examples of someone who could get in here. It could be something as unique as an actor from Always Sunny in Philadelphia shows their pop off on the show, leading to people going and flooding the market and buying the pop and increasing the value and increasing the NFT, and then that leading to those people buying more. It could be a domino effect, and we're at $1 per wax. We're waiting on that brilliant, amazing moment. It's similar to how like a streamer like myself, which hasn't worked for me yet, we could stream 8 hours a day, 4 days a week for 4 years. And then on the 4th year, at the very end, when we're thinking about giving up, we get rated by Ninja or Tim the Tat Man or whatever. And all of a sudden our audience blows up and we become a big streamer. That's what could happen with Wax. Yep, there you go, Bub. I completely forgot that staking CPU is what I was even doing in that process. I just learned it, was like, oh, I'm staking tokens, I'm staking my Wax, and I'm earning from it. I forgot that's technically going into CPU. So I need more than 1,500 Wax stake. We were just told, somebody else said 500 to 1,000 should do the trick. I don't know what you have staked currently, but if you're still getting the errors, then yes, maybe you need to go up to 1,500 and see if those errors stop. That explains why I've never seen the errors, why I've never had these problems, because I was looking at it from the savings and investment perspective, not in what it was actually staked in. You have 1,500 right now and still having the problems. Dan Asker understands the back end of the stuff way more than I do. Depends on what else you were doing on chain too. The number of activities in an X amount of time. So like if you're really, really busy in a 30-minute window, you'd need more CPU. But if you do one thing now and then another thing in an hour and then another thing in 2 hours, it may not be an issue. Walking Miracle only has 85, but you're able to get done most of the time what you need, or do you run into a lot of errors? For Scurvy Bot, says Dan Asker, we have around 50,000 staked, and we tend to hover around 35% CPU. Yeah, but those are just in storage, Bubba James. They're not currently active. So Twitchy Tides is where you're putting all your activities in. I guess when you do my blends, that would use CPU. Walking Miracle, Baby James, maybe this helps you. Says, I get the error, but it's not stopping me anymore like it used to. So you just power through, say okay, and it still happens. Interesting. Yeah, popping stock. There's the simple solution. Just put in a quick, what, $32,000 or $30,000 and call it a day. Yeah, transactions, so activities, things that require the blockchain to actively validate a transaction, whether it's minting an NFT, transferring an NFT, whatever. Those activities, those take up CPU. That's my understanding. Comic Zombie says I have 79 CPU and I'm running at 47%. And are you on Twitchy Tides all the time? Twitchy Tides TV, digging and collecting and doing that stuff, Comic Zombie, or do you only occasionally visit and do that? Dan Asker says Scurvy shouldn't use any CPU from the receiver, this is going back to what I was saying originally. I don't think the CPU is your problem, really. So you're not super active. You're occasionally on there. Okay, I'm gonna have to get out of here, gang. This was a great day of conversations. I feel I do need to pick a winner. I told you guys we would do a quote tweet winner, so let's go over and do that before we get out of here, so that you guys know that I picked this fairly and hopefully accurately. Thank you for those of you who did quote tweet. I hope that did bring in some more people on Twitter. Got over to 330 views, which is helpful. That's a little something. Let's see if we go to engagements and quotes. Let's see how many there are. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 of you quote tweeted. Give me a random number between 1 and 18. Ooh, lucky 7. Let's go back up to the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Living a conundrum. Let's go. So you get mint number 1 of the logo, the Lawless celebration. Living a conundrum. I've got your wallet, I'm sure. Okay, I just got to remember to send that to you before I send out the rest of them. Yeah, they should all be in there. I mean, we've had a few problems here and there with Twitter showing things, but I feel pretty confident about it now. Elon seems to have gotten most of that sorted out. Then something is going on that I am missing. That's why I'm confused, Bubba James. That's where I'm confused. I can't think of what else would cause the problems, but I don't know. Maybe we need to find an expert on the subject matter that can help look at your wallet and specifically know. Like, I don't know, when we're looking on Wax Block, blocks, can we see where that CPU is being used? Does anybody know that? We've got CPU staked there that shows that. CPU used, I can't click on that. Is there some way in transactions to see? Oh, here. Filter by RAM CPU net. There's all the RAM. Can I then focus in on CPU? I don't know. Action name? What if a CPU? Nope, that doesn't work. But there might be a way to filter down and look at all the activity that's specifically using CPU on your wallet and learn from there. This is waxblocks.io. I'll drop it here. This allows you to see, it's just more information in a different way of what's happening on the Wax blockchain. And you can look at any wallet. I could technically look at yours because that's all public information. Oh, okay. Is there a better one, Dan Asker? Waxblock.io. Oh, okay. Waxblock.io, which I have clearly been on before. Oh yeah, that looks more like what I'm used to. So I'll look up my wallet. And let's go. There's CPU. You can stake there. Let's see if we can determine anything from down here. There's buy RAM. All the times I've added RAM. Is there anything that we can distinguish specifically for use of CPU? Somehow I don't think so. I think this is just if I put money into CPU. I don't know. It's in there somewhere. Something on the blockchain is showing that information. I don't know the answer. Again, I would say use a different browser, use a different device, try that and see if you're still getting all the errors. I don't know. I don't know the answer. Pray for North Texas. It's going below freezing tonight with a 5% chance of rain. We're on high alert for Snowmageddon Part 2. Well, I pray for everywhere except Dallas. I'm just kidding. I do pray for you guys. I hope all is good. If you click on transaction reference. Transaction reference. I don't see that on the page. There's transactions. Reference. There's no word reference on the whole page. So I don't know. There you go. But that digging there, if Dan asked her if maybe, I don't know if other people are experiencing these same problems that Bubba James is. If so, maybe that would be a helpful bit of information to share on the Discord server. Shortened code on the left. I don't really have time right now, but yeah, I don't CPU. There's where I staked CPU, but again, that's not what's being used. There's Ventra. I got Ventra out of the woodwork. Check his amount of CPU staked and how many M's that is. Well, I mean, we knew that. What is, hold on. NMDVU, is that right? Is that you? 118.97 M's? MS? It shows that he's, that his CPU is 70% used, but the real question is, by what? So we can determine that somehow here? I don't know. I can search CPU here and I can see all the times he's purchased CPU, which is a lot, or not purchased, staked in CPU. Staff is looking at my .fish showing as not fed on the server, but showing fed on my side and can't enter bowls. Yeah, I tell you, what would be helpful is if anybody's willing to. Yeah, Pig, that's weird because we had other people that are performing the same amount of tasks that don't have it staked anywhere near what he has, and they aren't running into issue. You're filtering to resource transactions. All transactions use some resources. No need to filter. Reset filters. Boba says basically the only thing he's performing activities on is Twitchy Tides. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't hang around any longer, gang. I feel like we're getting closer to some solutions on this because we got the right brains in the room. If any of y'all are willing to do a deep dive into that wallet and see if you can get an answer for Bubba James, that would be so freaking helpful. Would really appreciate it. I'll drop the wallet in the chat. Wallet to research. And this could serve as a very helpful thing for anyone else that may be running into the same issues that just hasn't spoken up. Looks like a lot of transactions. For example, if you claim Tide multiple times a day, you can burn through thousands of wax. No kidding. So maybe best to not claim Tide multiple times a day. Slow down on that and only claim it once a day. I claim 75 fish daily and feed 75 fish daily. That uses around 1,000 CPU. Yeah, and I'm at 85 fish. I claim basically once a day, sometimes twice, but I'm not continuing in there claiming. Oh, that makes sense, Boba. Says he was doing smaller amounts because he couldn't claim the bigger amounts. But now that you've staked more, maybe that has flipped and your issue isn't the size of the claim, but the quantity of the claims. New world, we're all learning. Yeah, sorry it's been frustrating for you, Boba James, but hopefully, again, if you guys could do some research and maybe let him know. Yeah, there you go. Try that, Boba. There you go. Try that. That seems like one of the best solutions we've had. Yeah. And again, maybe some other people are having the same problem. So if this solution helps, maybe we need to get that over on the Discord, put it on Twitter or something, all the above, to let people know what's going on. We picked our winner. I wrote that down. So I'll be streaming Friday, and for Friday should be normal streaming time, 2 to 6. Kelly's going to be here. She's leaving on Saturday for her trip. But we should be streaming 2 to 6. So we'll stream. We'll play some games. New Fortnite season, Lawless. Don't forget to get your free NFT. That's eligible for another 18 minutes. You can go and claim that by filling out the form. It's pinned on the top of Twitch. I don't know that we ever got it to YouTube and stuff, which is sad. Should totally do that. Let me do that real quick. For those of you who may have been watching on YouTube and just lurking and haven't claimed a free NFT, you have to fill out these form. That's it. Fill out the form, and then I just did free NFT in the wrong spot again. Fill out this form, and I'll airdrop it to you tomorrow. And then there might be blends for this on Thursday or Friday. I got a weird schedule this week, but I'm going to do my best to get something up on Thursday at the normal time. Let me drop this over on YouTube real quick, or actually all of the spots. There we go. No multiple wallet using. Anybody from anywhere can claim. TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, one wallet per person. Make sure I always say copy and paste your wallet. What I mean by that is go to the site where it is written and you know it's accurate. Literally highlight it, copy it, and then paste it. Because if you type in comma wham or .WAN or .DP, which is common mistakes that happen, it messes up my whole procedure and costs me an extra 30 minutes to an hour. So please don't do that. Always copy and paste. I try to find those problems, but I can't always, and it really gunks up the system. So don't do that. Mint number 1 has already been allocated for Jason, but you could still get mints 2, 3, 4. You can get a nice low mint number. And then again, it might be blends later this week. I'll be streaming on Friday, 2 to 6, unless something changes, which I'll put on Twitter. And then this weekend, on Saturday night, I will most likely be coming back for a late night stream, 8, 9 o'clock maybe. It would be the latest start time. And we're going to be playing out some Fortnite, hopefully. Because Kelly's out of town and it's a new Fortnite weekend, and I figure like it's a perfect time to jump in. So keeps me out of trouble too, right? I can't go cause any trouble if I'm right here playing Fortnite. Not that I would anyway, but surfer.wham. Nice job, Comic Zombie. We can always count on you. Okay, we're gonna raid out of here to somebody else. Selfishly, I think I'm gonna raid over to Twitchy Tides TV because then I get a nice little bonus that allows me to do more digging. There's a reason for you streamers to raid over. That's a pretty nice little thing. I'm gonna check my balance before and after and see where I'm at. 2345 right now on the old scurvy bot. I'm gonna dig one more time before we go. If you have any other questions, maybe you watch this after the stream because of the title, and you go, "Oh wait, I wish I could have asked Sully during the stream. How do I do this on drop? Why does this mean this? How do I get that NFT? How much do you think this is going to cost, etc., etc." Hit me up on Twitter at CSSULLY, exactly like it is here on Twitch, and ask those questions, because if you don't ask, you won't know, and if you don't ask, other people who might need to answer that question may not ask either. So please ask so that we can help you and everyone, right? I think that would be amazing. We're going to raid over to Twitchy Tides TV, so I hope you guys will go over and jump in. Make sure you follow. Make sure you're doing the digs. Earn that HTO just by being in there and watching. Before we do, I am going to give you all some Sully Bucks. Thank you to everyone who shared again today. 84 users, perfect. And now we're going to do the raid over to Twitchy Tides. Let me paste that in. Okay. I don't see any more questions or any craziness. I think we're good to go. Okay, thank you, everybody. I appreciate you for being here. Appreciate you for sharing. I appreciate you for asking your questions and interacting with everybody. It was a great positive day, aside from, the Crocs business and Discord, a couple of other things. Tech said, great stream. Now to get dinner and watch the first 2 hours I missed. We talked horribly about you, Tech, so hopefully just skip over those. I'm kidding. I would never say a bad word about you. Wait. What am I waiting for? I'm hungry. I need eat. I need food. Okay, just bye. Okay, remember to wash your hands, check in on somebody you love, make sure they're doing okay, and above all else, most importantly, Nerds Unite. Let's raid over to Twitchy Tides TV. You guys go have some fun. Go win some stuff. And here we go. I think. There we go. I pushed the button. Oh, a couple hundred.